Welcome on in, folks, to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. This is our HSS Game of the Week. We are at Collert Stadium, Kings Academy, hosting St. Andrews. Head coach Dan Bierak for Kings Academy, head coach Jimmy Robertson for St. Andrews. Two great teams tonight, talent all over the pitch, and I can't wait to showcase it once again on your HSS Game of the Week. I'm Mike Rizzo. To my left is Coach Al Shipman, former Miami Hurricane. I have not forgiven Coach Shipman what happened last December. He understands that, but as a diehard Miami Hurricane man, I applaud him for it. Coach, first off, been way too long. Happy to have you back on the call, and how you been, partner? Everything going good?
I agree, man. It is great to be back in the saddle. It's been a long, long time, man. It feels like it's been 2 or 3 years. It's only been a few months, but I'm very excited to be back.
Now, Coach, I think this is going to be a great game tonight. I sadly don't think we're going to be showcasing your 82-yard touchdown run in 1994 against Georgia Southern for the Miami Hurricanes. But first off, two great teams. Kings Academy, St. Andrews. Talent all over the field tonight. Top 63 players all over the field tonight. And for those of you that don't know what Top 63 is, it's our ESPN West Palm Top 63, where we honor the 63 best players here in Palm Beach County, from the Treasure Coast all the way down to Palm Beach County. Jack Williams, Jack Welchel, Wesley Wynn, Caden Ronwat, and Oliver Haggerty are all top 63 players. And keep in mind, too, James Powell, a big-time player for Kings Academy. James Powell, the third, he was number 58 on our top 63 list, the outside linebacker and strong safety. And a story that has been brought to my attention, Coach Ship, we got Aiden Elam tonight, a top 100 player for the class of 2029. So we have talent everywhere tonight. And, Coach, it's one of those games where you're going to see it, come on out onto the field.
No doubt. And speaking of Elam, he comes from a rich family of traditional, just great athletes. So he should put on a show tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Kings Academy going to be getting the ball. We're going to have St. Andrews kicking off. So St. Andrews will get the ball coming up in the second half. Once again, Mike Rizzo, Coach Shipman. This is your HSS Game of the Week. We are at Collert Field. Kings Academy hosting St. Andrews. And a couple of good performances in week 0 last week for both of these teams. Both teams picking up the win. Florida Christian were Kings Academy's opponents. They won 20-14. And St. Andrews, who actually found themselves down 7-0 to Boynton Beach, they rallied. 28-14 win. They outscored Boynton 28-7 after that early 7-0 deficit. And Wesley Wynn, who is a receiver for, we're going to be calling this name a lot tonight for St. Andrews. He's got offers from Georgia. He's got offers from Miami and the likes of other Division I's. Well, the kickoff is here, and bringing it up is the Upman Fletcher Hodges, and he gets it just past the 25-yard line. So Kings Academy going to be starting here at the 25. Now, Coach Ship, what do you think Dan Bierak is telling his offense here coming out onto the field for the first time tonight?
I mean, I tell you what, this is a tradition for these two going against each other. They know each other very well. They played each other several times. But the thing about it is we want to come out, have a good drive. Let's win on first down, get ahead of the sticks, and let's see if we can get some first downs and get a drive going.
Quarterback Aiden Elam, who I mentioned, top 100 player in the class of 29. He is the quarterback tonight on this Kings offense. And now the lines official, I believe, is saying someone's got to come off the field, maybe a mouthpiece equipment malfunction. But checking into the game is going to be number 44 for Kings Academy, Jackson Weston, the tight end. But 8 seconds off here, as we mentioned. We're just kicking off here. Kings Academy got the ball. St. Andrews going to be getting it in the second half. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Elam hands it off. On the handoff quickly is Roman Driggers, and Driggers taken down after short gain. Coach, Kings Academy trying to establish a run here.
Yeah, I mean, when you start the game off, you kind of always want to start off with a run, get the pads touching on each other, and just get loud up, get physical with the other team, and just test the fortitude of the other team.
Mm-hmm. Got to hit the holes too, Coach.
Yes, sir.
2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Elam in the pistol. Behind him is Driggers. Another handoff. This time Driggers getting some solid yards, pushing forward towards the first-round mark. Going to be 3rd and short coming up.
I tell you what, I'm anxious to see what they do here. Did they get a first down?
And they are moving. And they are chains here. So it's going to be first down, pended by HSS. Once again, in the pistol, 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Elam going to do a short swing pass to the right, and taking it there is Jack Miller, the receiver, close to the sticks coach. Another great pickup here on first down for Kings Academy.
Well, I'll tell you what, the coverage that they're giving them out there, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to bring a guy out of that box. But the thing about that, if they bring the guy out of the box, then they're going to be able to run the football in the middle there.
Ball near the 45. Elam in the shotgun. Driggers to his left. It's another handoff to Driggers. He's past the first down and push it towards the 50. I'm going to start calling this man Mighty Mouse. Driggers pushing guys in his way, coach. And another first down presented by HSS.
I tell you what, football is all about matchups, and it appears that they found something on that right side of the line over there.
Big number 75, that right tackle for Kings Academy, Ethan Horn. He's the tackle and nose tackle for Kings Academy. Getting those holes. 2 receivers left. Nobody right. Driggers in the backfield. Elam direct snap run, and coach, he's trying to get that corner on the far side, and he does. It looked like it could have been a tackle for loss, but Elam showing off that talent and getting a first down presented by HSS for Kings Academy.
There's that speed and athleticism there. You know, that play was dead from the get-go, and he just made a play.
And I'm at your mercy. Gain of 6. He was close to the sticks. Stepped out a little early on that far side, folks. We're on the near side. But it's going to be 2nd and 3 to go. 10:21 to go here in the first quarter. Kings Academy is working on this first drive. In the pistol. 3 receivers left. Driggers getting the shotgun out of the pistol. He pushes forward for a first down. Presented by HSS.
I tell you what, this offensive coordinator is doing a great job right now because the defense was starting to shift over to the offenses right because they were getting movement over there, and then they ran back the other way. So that was a great call by the offensive coordinator.
And we heard our coach's corner presented by Kaiser University. Dan Bierak very excited for this season and this Kings Academy team. 2 receivers left, 1 right, and a fumble. Aiden Elam bobbled the snap. St. Andrews is saying they got it, and they do.
That's a shame, too. He just took his eye off the ball. They had a play there.
And all the momentum was with Kings Academy. They were driving down the field, but a bobbled snap by Aiden Elam, the fantastic player, is going to set up St. Andrews. Now, Coach, if you're Jimmy Robertson on that other sideline, you got to be getting your guys juiced up with this momentum.
Yes, sir. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, that's a shock play. You may want to just come out and take a shot right now. You know, a lot of times, you know, that sudden change defense, the defense coming out with their heads down, not really ready, prepared. And you may just want to take a shot right here.
Wesley Wynn, star receiver Jack Williams at quarterback. Two passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown for Williams the last game. They're going to do a handoff here, Coach, getting back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like St. Andrews doing a bit of the same, trying to establish a run early on, 1 play in here. But when you have a dual-threat quarterback like this, Coach, and Jack Williams, once again, a rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns last week, you could do a lot offensively.
Yes, sir. And then that's really just trying to set up him with that pass-run option. So, you know, they handed it off, but I was watching his eyes. He was looking at that defensive end. So don't be surprised if you see a pull here shortly.
Marquise Vaughn is the featured back for St. Andrews. He's in the shotgun to the left. Williams rolling out, rolls left. He's looking downfield. Now he's going to tuck and run. And he's still on his feet, switching his fields to the far side, getting past the first down stick, and finally throwing defenders off him. But that's good enough for an HSS first down. That dual threat starting to show here, Coach Shipman.
Yeah, that was a great read by the quarterback. He had nothing downfield. He tucked it and ran with it. He didn't take too long. He didn't take the sack. That was a great play by the quarterback.
9 yards on the carry. First down, Scots.
St. Jean also going to be getting some time at receiver for St. Andrews. He caught a touchdown pass in week 0, but number 8 is Wesley Wynn. He is the man with offers from Georgia, Miami, and he is going to be a featured player on our HSS game of the week. In the pistol, Williams hands it off. Rumbling and stumbling is Vaughn, and he'll pick up 3 or 4 on that one. Going to be second down coming up for St. Andrews.
Because of the quarterback is a threat to run the football, those linebackers, they have to stay put. With them doing that, they have to put their eyes on that quarterback, and that will open up some seams for the running back as well.
Clock's ticking, 8:20 and counting here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, this is our HSS Game of the Week. And Kings Academy was driving down the field, had 3 first downs on their drive, but a fumbled snap by Aiden Elam set up St. Andrews with good field position. And here is a shotgun snap for Williams, coach, and he's going down. On that sack is big number 55, Caleb Scroggins.
And that was nothing fancy. They just rushed forward. The two ends just the two tackles just got beat. And there was a party at the quarterback.
Yeah.
They got home, both of them at the same time. That's going to be rough, man. If they're not going to be able to block it any better than that.
So it's going to be, from my calculation here, about 3rd and 10. Losing 4 on that sack on 2nd and 6.
Yeah.
Getting the calls from the sideline here, Jack Williams. Once again, last week in their preseason game, 2 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. We saw him use his legs earlier in this drive. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Williams handing it off. Could it be 4-down territory? Vaughn pushing towards the first down mark. He's going to be short, but he's going to be near that 40-yard line. Coach, I think that was a play where it's 4-down territory, and they wanted to pick up some yards on 3rd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to draw him off sides. I don't know. I think they're gonna kick it. Looks like the punter's coming out.
So 4th and 3 coming up. With that run, I could have thought St. Andrews could have been in the 4-down territory, but we'll have to wait and see. It looks like Williams and the offense are going to come back out. St. Jean spread out left. Wynn spread out right. A plethora of fullbacks and tight ends in front of Williams, who takes a direct snap. He's pushing past the first down mark, and it looks like he is going to get it. I actually think they're going to check it out, but big number 64 for St. Andrews got tied up. That's Jack Mueller.
Yeah, that looked bad.
Looked tough.
That looked bad.
And now it is going to be a first down after referees talk it over. So 1st and 10 coming up with the ball darn near on the 40-yard line. And now I think we have an injury timeout, and we do. Let's take a 60-second timeout ourselves. Once again, this is our HSS Game of the Week. And, folks, if you're looking for something to eat, Duffy's Sports Grill is a proud supporter of ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy's Sports Grill. Juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked ice sandwiches, and wings tossed the way you like it. All part of that power play lineup. Get a side and drink starting at just $13.99 with the Duffy's Power Play. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the Power Play at Duffy's. Duffy's Sports Grill. Our game is always on. Timeout coming right back on our HSS Game of the Week.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill. Our game is always on.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
So injury timeout, folks. This is your HSS Game of the Week. Hobbling off the young man. Give me a second here again. That is Jack Mueller. Hope that young man's okay as Jack Williams now takes the shotgun snap, rolls right, was looking right, had a man towards the first down sticks, Coach, but a little short on that rollout throw.
He couldn't quite get his feet set, and he couldn't get his shoulders turned, so that's why that pass went the way it did.
And Welcher, the intended receiver, he is actually a Penn State commit. He had 2 interceptions. Plays wide receiver and safety. He had 2 interceptions last week in the preseason game, 1 going for a pick 6. So, again, this St. Andrews team littered with ESPN top 63 players in Wynn, Welcher, and Jack Williams. 2 receivers left, St. Jean and Wynn. 2 receivers right. And in the backfield is Vaughn. Jackson trying to draw some defenders off sides, but they were moving too early, Coach. False start. Going to be 2nd and 15 coming up. 6:19 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I believe that was the guy, the kid that
fill-in,
came in.
the fill-in.
Yeah, so, he wasn't prepared to come in right then and there.
Coach, big number 70, Hunter Hassan, filling in for Mueller. In the pistol, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. And I think this one could be encroachment. Coming early on that play was number 44, Jackson Weston.
Penalty brings up 2nd and 10 for the Scots.
I'm at your mercy there. It was 40. Braden Simpson busting through the line a little too early. Once again, this is your HSS Game of the Week. Mike Rizzo and Coach Al Shipman on the call. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. In the pistol, 6:19 to go in the first quarter. 0-0 the score between St. Andrews and Kings Academy. St. Andrews working with the drive here after getting an early turnover. Williams gets the snap, hands it off to Vaughn. Vaughn trying to blast through for the short gain, gets back to about the line of scrimmage. And, Coach, they've gotten the holes plugged up there. Going to be 3rd and long coming up for St. Andrews.
I'll tell you what, he's watching that defensive end. It's coming, I can promise you. He's going to pull that thing sooner or later. It's coming.
Couple of substitutions for St. Andrews. Checking out of the game, number 22, Andrew Cabrera-Hawk, and checking in, number 26, Charles Mezier. He's going to line up as the receiver to the right. You got 3 receivers right, 1 left. St. Jean motioning on the near side on the left. Now another motion man here. That's Jack Welchel. Williams takes the snap, looks left. He's got Welchel on a wheel route. Welchel catches it. Almost to the 10-yard line, but we do have a flag on the play. Could be a legal formation. 2 guys in motion. You had St. Jean and Welchel in motion, Coach. It could be coming back here.
He went upfield too fast. He went upfield before the ball was snapped, and it's always, those type of plays are always difficult. I know when I was coaching, I would always tell my guy that's going in motion to watch the receiver. Don't try and hear the snap count. Just watch the receiver that you're running towards. When he moves, then that's when you go upfield.
So as Coach Shipman said, illegal motion on that play, 5-yard penalty. Going to be 3rd and 14 coming up for St. Andrews. So 3rd and long. I'm assuming King's going to be pinning their ears back here, Coach.
No doubt. But this is typically a draw or a screen, but we'll see here.
3 receivers left, 2 right. They're going to go deep, middle of the field, caught near the first down sticks. Jack Welchel, the Penn State commit, signals for a first down, and those sticks are moving. An HSS first down with 5:05 to go. St. Andrews driving in Kings territory.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and that was a big play there. And an awesome throw.
So Williams, the dual threat. Coach Shipman and I very impressed early on from Jack Williams. 2 passing touchdowns last week, a rushing touchdown. Had a 13-yard scamper earlier in this game and now made a big-time throw on about 3rd and 15. So 1st and 10, ball on Kings Academy 20. St. Andrews driving, and now a low snap! And on it is Kings Academy! Carbon copy of what happened to Kings Academy in St. Andrews territory. Coach, we got 2 turnovers, and both of them being botched snaps.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. I tell you what, in a game like this, when points are going to be at a premium, it's very difficult to give that up. When you put a drive together like that, you just got a huge play on 3rd down. You got the momentum. Everything's going your way, and for you to get that turnover, man, that hurts. But on the flip side of it, Kings held them out, and that was a great job.
And speaking of holding them out and being tough, Coach, football players are built tough, and your truck should be too. Head into your local Ford dealer or visit Ford.com/local. That is Ford.com/local. Built Ford tough. Get your Ford truck and go to Ford.com/local. So 2 turnovers to start for both teams. Kings Academy coming back out. Coach, outside of the bobbled snap, the young Aiden Elam looked pretty calm and collective at quarterback for Kings Academy.
I agree. I listen. The young man is showing a lot of poise. Now let's see how he reacts after having that turnover. Let's see if he can come back out and reestablish what he had going in that first drive.
So Elam lining up in the pistol, 3 receivers left, nobody right. Driggers in the backfield. Coach Shipman, listen, Mighty Mouse, Damon Stoudemire, you familiar with the name, the Portland Trailblazers back in the day?
Yes.
I might have to call Driggers Mighty Mouse because he was running all over that defense.
Yes, he was.
Early on.
I think
He was active that first drive.
I don't know if they can see him.
Yeah.
You know that?
Listen, he's shifty, though, too. Got a lot of power to him, man. He was dragging bodies with them. Big fan of that young man. But 4:33 to go. We're waiting on the referee's whistle. I think there's a dispute where the ball – I'm at your mercy. Now I hear it's a technical difficulty on the field. So clock frozen at 4:33. What's impressed you the most, Coach, about this game so far? Could be either side.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, man. Both of these teams came out. You can tell they both want to win.
Yep.
You can tell that this is a rivalry. You can tell that they're both really, really prepared. But I tell you what, there's playmakers all over the field. Now, let's see which coach can get their playmakers the ball the fastest and the most to be able to put this game, see if they can get it in the end zone.
And, Coach, you mentioned that this is a rivalry, 28-24, the last time these two teams met. It was in Boca, St. Andrews. With 1:10, St. Andrews took the lead and ended up winning in the fourth quarter. So we had a close one. We can maybe get another Instant Classic at Collard Field, this time in West Palm Beach, home to Kings Academy. So once again, this is your HSS Game of the Week. Kings Academy hosting St. Andrews. In the pistol, Aiden Elam. Kings taking over after the turnover. Gets it to Driggers. Driggers pushing forward. Small gain here on first down, Coach. But that run open again for Kings Academy.
Yeah, I mean, they have definitely established the line of scrimmage. Very impressed with what they were doing. You remember their first drive, they were going over the right side. Now they found something on that left side over there. So they're winning. To me, I feel like they're winning in the trenches right now.
So 4:03 and counting, 2nd and 6 in the first quarter, and now we have a Kings Academy player that's hitting the turf. Could be a timeout. We're waiting on a signal from the referees.
Oh, boy. Cramp.
And it is going to be an injured player, an offensive lineman for Kings Academy. We'll get you a name here, but in the meantime, let's take a 60-second timeout on your HSS Game of the Week.
Looking for a workout you'll actually stick with? At F45 Training Palm Beach Gardens, every 45-minute session combines functional strength, cardio, and team-based training in a motivating group environment. Right now, new members can get their first month for just $99 with a 3 or 6 month commitment. You'll have access to unlimited classes, expert coaching, and a community that's there to support you every step of the way. Build strength, improve your fitness, and have fun doing it. Join F45 Training Palm Beach Gardens today.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSIsYes.com today.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
Welcome back to our HSS Game of the Week. One of our proud sponsors is Kaiser University, and Kaiser University's flagship campus, proud hosts of the ESPN West Palm Top 63 every single year. Visit KUSeahawks.com. That's KUSeahawks.com. Handing off Elam to Driggers. Driggers pushing forward again. Another 3-ish, 4-ish yard gains here. Going to be 3rd and short coming up here for Kings Academy.
You know, as a little guy, I'm really rooting for this kid.
Yeah.
I really like
Coach
this
Ship,
kid,
come
man.
on.
I am impressed with this kid. When we were talking in the beginning of the game, we were saying how important hydration was.
In the pistol, 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Elam with a short swing pass and a good catch and run here for Kings Academy. That's Jack Miller. That's enough for an HSS first down. He was pushing past the 50-yard line towards the 45, and they're going to mark him right at the 45 in St. Andrews territory.
That was an excellent call. And I like what they're doing with the young quarterback as well. You're not giving him too much to read. You're looking at it as one read, get the ball out of your hands fast, and keep the ball safe.
Elam with a quarterback option keeps it, and the big boys up front got to push, and the corners and the linebackers cleaned them up. That is Jack Welchel, the double-sided player, double-sided football player, offense and defense, Penn State commit, tackle for loss coach, going to be second and long coming up.
Yeah, I think the young Elam, I think he predetermined that he was going to keep that one because that was a bad read. There was 2 defenders out there, so he definitely should have given that one.
So 2:47 and rolling in the first quarter, 0-0 your score. Kings Academy and St. Andrews. Driggers getting the ball, trying to push towards the line of scrimmage, throw him back. Now he's going to switch his fields. Coming to the near side is Driggers, and all that to fight back to the original line of gain. Probably going to be 3rd and 9 coming up. Coach, he turned a loss of 10 into a gain of 5.
That's my guy. I love this kid. This is my first time seeing him.
Coach,
I love this guy.
He's reminiscing over here.
I love this
He's
kid.
reminiscing over here. Now, Coach is being humble. He played running back at the University of Miami. But, oh, my, that was a good run. Now, he's going to get spelled out and getting a breather. Coming in is Keelan Stewart, the junior running back and corner. So it's going to be Stewart and Elam in the backfield. In the pistol, 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Elam gets the snap, looks right, throws, and a little high over the head of Ben McPherson. Going to be 3rd and 10 coming up. And, Coach, I think this is an obvious punt situation.
Yeah, and I know that's what Elam would like to have back. He didn't have his feet set, and, again, that caused a bad throw because he read it correctly, had it in the right direction, but he just did not get a chance to get his feet set, and that's why that pass was off.
So ball on the 44 of St. Andrews. They're going to get the ball back here. Coming in and punting this one, Juan Rodriguez. Back to receive it is the dangerous Wesley Wynn, and now we have Laundry.
Back to receive. There is a penalty on the play, pre-snap.
And now we're going to have a timeout.
Called no penalty.
Going to be St. Andrews timeout. Could have been a penalty for 12 men, but Coach Jimmy Robertson got the timeout in time. Let's take another timeout here. This is your HSS game of the week on ESPN 106.3.
Let's go to the Rapids, South Florida's largest water park, where every second is a splash, a scream, a laugh you didn't know you needed. Reconnect with your fun side and let go. You want thrills? Blast uphill on Mega Mayhem or brave the 6-story Big Thunder. Bring the whole crew and turn an ordinary day into the kind of memory everyone keeps talking about. Whether you're catching the wave at Big Surf or chilling in our relaxing lazy river, make this your unforgettable season at Rapids. Let's go.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
We're coming to your city.
Minute 54 to go in the first quarter. Kings Academy and St. Andrews, your HSS game of the week. At the 44, Kings is going to have to punt away on a 4th and 10 situation. Back is the dangerous Wesley Wynn. Wynn getting under it, and he's going to take it out. Wynn trying to switch his fields, gets a short gain, push it towards the 15. Going to be 1st and 10 near the 15-yard line for St. Andrews. So if you're just joining us again, we've had 3 possessions. 2 of them have ended in bobbled snap fumbles with some serious momentum. Kings Academy was at about the 30-ish yard line of St. Andrews. They fumbled the snap. St. Andrews took over. St. Andrews, on that drive they took over, goes all the way down to the 20. They fumble a snap. And then Kings Academy takes over. They stall out after getting a couple of first downs presented by HSS. And now we're back to where we need to be in the game with St. Andrews with the ball on the 15. Coach, minute 42 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is going to be their worst field position of the game. Let's see how they call the plays here.
2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Williams sets up a screen pass and getting forward and gaining about 6 or 7, Jack Welchel again. Coach Welchel has been a favorite target here early and often, and it is an HSS first down.
Well, like we talked about previously, we wanted to see which coach could get their playmakers the ball the most to impact the game, and it looks like right now it's St. Andrews.
So 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. In the backfield with Williams is Marquise Vaughn. And Williams, now we have a false start here. False start for St. Andrews. Couple of penalties early, Coach. We've had encroachment calls, 2 for the second false start call for St. Andrews. It's that early part of the season.
Well, not only that, that's the replacement. That's the replacement for the starter. He's a backup for a reason. Not that he's not good, but he's a backup for a reason.
Again, Coach Jack Mueller exiting with injury, replacing him Hunter Hassan on that left side. Williams in the shotgun, handing it off to Vaughn. And no, he actually kept it, fooled everybody. Now he puts the ball on the ground. And that is a fumble, and it could be worse. Jack Williams holding his right leg. And I did see him come down awkwardly, Coach. I thought he handed it off, and sure enough, he turned it upfield. It would have been close to a first down, but Williams is down, and the physio's out onto the field looking at him now. Let's take a 60-second timeout as Coach Shipman and I figure out what's going on with starting quarterback Jack Williams. Top 63 player in Jack Williams, too. Once again, 1:04 to go here in the first quarter. Injury timeout on your HSS Game of the Week.
Mike Rizzo here with the Sports Business Minute presented by the Florida Atlantic MBA in Sport Management program. The Los Angeles Lakers are locked into a massive $12.5 billion corporate civil war. Following the shocking franchise sale, the venture capitalist John Kushner and former Disney CEO Bob Iger, a brutal family feud has erupted. 5 of the 6 Buss siblings voted to cash out their remaining 17% stake in the team. However, controlling owner Jeannie Buss is aggressively fighting back, deploying attorneys to block the transaction and void the vote. With the front office frozen, the legendary franchise is stuck in legal limbo. This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the Florida Atlantic MBA in Sport Management program. Accelerate your career in sports with the program committed to developing top-notch executives and managers with a focus on the job placement for students and graduates. The Florida Atlantic MBA in Sport Management program.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
Yeah, we're coming to your city.
Land Rover Palm Beach is a proud supporter of our high school game day. You could lease the brand new 2026 Range Rover Velar P250S or check out the bold and rugged 2026 Defender. It is Land Rover Palm Beach. Taking the direct snap is Aiden Elam, pushing forward, trying to get as many yards as he can. But but a good gain there on first down, 53 seconds and rolling. But, folks, again, whether you're heading to the game or cruising to the beach, Land Rover Palm Beach has a luxury SUV to match your lifestyle. Stop by today. They're located on Okeechobee Boulevard, just past the Turnpike. You can take a virtual tour, a virtual test drive, LandRoverPalmBeach.com. So 33 seconds and counting, Coach. Good gain here on first down for Kings, who took over after the fumble. And now a handoff to Driggers, Roman Driggers, short gain there towards the sticks. And I think it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. But, Coach, more importantly, Jack Williams, the quarterback for St. Andrews, injured. We had an injury timeout. I hope everything's okay with the young man.
I'll tell you what, if there's a silver lining in it, he did walk off under his own power. So that's a good, that's a good sign for us. So hopefully nothing's, torn really bad, but I don't think we'll see him again tonight.
So we'll have to wait and find out, because Kings Academy has the ball deep in the territory of St. Andrews after the turnover. 3rd and 3 to go. But that is the end of the first quarter. 0-0 your score. We're awaiting word on Jack Williams, the quarterback for St. Andrews, the star quarterback in our top 63 on our ESPN West Palm. By the way, you can always look and see what top players are in Palm Beach County by going to our Instagram account. ESPN West Palm on Instagram has our top 63 players in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Let's take a timeout, a 30-second timeout, as we switch the field to get the second quarter ready on your HSS Game of the Week, Kings Academy and St. Andrews on ESPN 106.3.
Hey everybody, it's Cade Chumsland. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be awarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Anna Jar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
So start of the second quarter here. Kings Academy in St. Andrews. Elam handing the ball off to Roman Driggers, pushing towards the first down mark on 3rd and 3. To get ball on the 35 of St. Andrews, and we will have a 4th down situation here, Coach. Short run, but 4th and short coming up for Kings Academy.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. We have the Mighty Might in there.
The Mighty Mouse.
Yes. I tell you what, in these cases, you would like to have a bigger back so you can just run downhill. But don't be surprised if you see some type of quarterback run here as well.
So I got 4th and 2, trips receivers left. Driggers and Elam in the pistol. Elam hands it to Driggers. Driggers pushing forward, puts the ball on the ground, but I think he got it back. It's enough for a first down if Kings Academy has it. Now we're playing the game of both teams pointing. But it was a fumble, Coach, and we're awaiting word here. And Kings Academy will recover, and that's a break for Kings, Coach, and they're set up with a 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. Actually, that's more closer to about the 30, more closer to the 25.
I tell you what, the way the game has been going right now, I think it's imperative that they get points off of this drive.
It's going to be on the 28 official mark. Elam in the pistol trying to draw him off. Ooh. Bubble screen that had some momentum of a possible pick 6, but Henry Rahi late to the party, and it's going to be a short gain off that swing pass on 2nd down.
You better be careful with that.
Coach, I saw that same play, Ohio State and Miami, and it ruined my football season. ruined my football season, partner. So 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right, while I'm sure you were partying. You were partying, Coach.
No doubt.
You were partying. Roman Driggers getting the handoff. He's pushing forward, and now the referees are going to blow this dead, and we do have a flag on the play. 10:26 to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 before the penalty. We have a false start on Kings Academy, Coach. You're going to get backed up. 2nd and 14 situation coming up.
You know what? When you got a young quarterback, it's very hard to play from behind the sticks. So hopefully they'll draw up some type of draw, screen, quick pass, something to get the ball out of his hands, see if they can get some more positive yardage.
2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Drigger's going to go left, swing pass to him out of the pistol, and he's trying to push forward, get some yards he can. And now we have a fumble, but it's blown dead. The referee blew it dead before the ball got ripped out. Coach, there's been a lot of plays where balls been on the ground. We've had 2 lost fumbles already in this. Actually, 3 lost fumbles if you count the Jack Williams fumble too in this game. But it's early. It's very early in the season.
And I guarantee
things
you,
happen.
It's very humid down there, so hands are sweaty, the balls are sweaty, so you got to pay more attention to taking care of the football.
Tell you what, I want to shout out the Kings Academy press box. We have some air conditioning, folks, and I am not complaining about it. 3 receivers left, 1, and he tried going left, Coach, to number 13. That was Sean Victor, but it was a trips formation right, and the lone receiver left tried getting that on a wheel route from the looks of it, but it's going to be a punting situation after a 3rd and 16. But, Coach, they could have picked that up if that throw was there and on time.
He had him. There's another situation where his feet was not set. So if I'm the offensive coordinator / quarterback coach, I'm pulling him to the side. Hey, don't worry about it. We missed it, but hey, let's remember what we practiced, and it's all footwork right now. Now I just don't want it to become a mental thing for him because he's missed 2 open passes that were very easy throws.
Aiden Elam, the son of Abe Elam, brother of Kyer, and a punt there. That's going to go out near the 10-yard line. And so St. Andrews going to take over on their own 10. A good job there by Rodriguez to pin him. And now we're all awaiting if Jack Williams, Coach Shipman thinks he's going to be done. We're waiting to see if Jack Williams is going to be on the field against star quarterback for St. Andrews. He picked up a right knee injury, and it looked bad. But we're going to wait and see if that young man's going to come back into the game. And he's not. They're going to have a new quarterback.
Well, now the question is, how aggressive will St. Andrews be backed up in their own territory with their backup quarterback?
And I believe that is Luwan Herbst, number 15 in the game. I'll get you a number check here in a second. I got the binoculars out. New quarterback checking in. He tried setting up a screen pass. That one deflected.
Took his eyes off of it.
2nd and 10 for the Scots.
And that is Lucas Ratas, number 18, Lucas Ratas. And he had his screen pass deflected. Going to be 2nd and 10 coming up, 9:18 to go in the second quarter. So Kings Academy doing the right move there, punting it on 4th and long, pinning them in the 10. New quarterback in the game, Coach. Could be possibly a good situation for this Kings Academy defense. And now worse comes to worse. And as I say that, commentator curse, that's big number 55, Caleb Scroggins on the tackle for loss.
There was a lot of confusion on that play, and I hate to say it, but I think it was the backup quarterback's fault because he went the wrong way. All the motion was going left. He turned right, and that really hurts. Right now, you just got to go ahead and just run it. Hopefully, you can pick up some yards, get your punter out of the end zone.
So, Coach, 3rd and 15. They're lining up in the pistol, Ratas and Vaughn. Ratas hands it off to Vaughn. Coach calling that one. Just try to get your punter some room. And, again, I'll tell you who's all over the place tonight. Caleb Scroggins is everywhere. 2 tackles for loss, a sack tonight. This young man is playing with purpose tonight, Coach.
He is having a game. I tell you what, they better go safe punt right here because I know if I'm Kings Academy, I'm going after this one. I'm going after this punt.
And as they should, Coach. And back to receive it, the 2 up men, Fletcher Hodges and Ben McPherson. And as Coach was alluding to, that one almost got blocked in the back of the end zone. Now we have a fumble. That was Fletcher Hodges mucking the punt, but thankfully for Kings, they're going to be able to take over. And, Coach, it looks like the 25-yard line, Kings Academy, going to be set up. But I heard you.
Yeah.
You wanted that block punt in the
Yeah,
end zone.
I did.
You were hungry for that, Coach.
They were very, very close to getting that. And it almost looked like they were in, safe anyway. They really didn't rush the punter, and they still almost got home. But I'll tell you what, right now, if I'm Kings Academy, I'm talking to this offense, and I'm telling them, hey, guys, this is an opportunity. We cannot blow this. We have to get in the end zone. Best field position they've had all game. They got the momentum. Let's get into the end zone.
Coach, they're going to make them re-punt this after a penalty. So it's a penalty on St. Andrews, and Kings Academy elected for them to punt again. You could get your wish here for a possible blocked punt. So McPherson and Miller back to receive. And now ball, I think there's some confusion, as now we have a safety. I thought so. So Jack Welchel didn't think the play was apparently –
safety by Chase.
I don't think he expected his center to snap it. Coach, they snapped it to him. He got tackled.
Illegal procedure by the Scots.
And now when it's a legal procedure, that penalty declined, and it'll be a safety. But Coach Welchel didn't think that play was live.
Right. That was listen, I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm confused myself.
Okay. And, Coach, again on that tackle for the safety, was Caleb Scroggins, another big-time tackle for him. But apparently going to be a safety, 2-0 here. Kings Academy up. They're going to be getting the ball back after the special teams punt/kickoff.
Yep.
Wow, Coach. What a loaded play that was. So electing to go after the punt again was Dan Bierak, head coach of Kings Academy. And it paid dividends. They got him the first score of the game, 2-0, Kings on top.
Yes, sir. What a turn of events, man. And, they should end up with pretty decent field position here. And with another opportunity to put some more points on the board.
And I believe
Chase Croto just played because there was no whistle.
And they should be punting this, Coach. Am I right on this?
Yes.
So
I think St. Andrews was confused. I don't know why.
Okay, they went to line up on the other side, but they got to do the safety kick, as I call it.
Right.
Press box calling it the free kick. Kind of a punt, nonetheless.
Jack Russell on the kick for the Scots.
But Kings Academy are going to be getting the ball back.
Jack Miller back.
And it's going to be good field position, too. So 7:53 to go in the half. Kings Academy up 2-0 after a very confusing play. And now on it is, I'll tell you, I'm going to call him the Swiss Army knife, Jack Welchel. He's the kicker, he's the safety, he's the receiver. And now they're going to kick it off the tee. Apparently, I need to look at my high school rules.
Right.
I need a rule book in here because he's going to kick it off of a tee, off of a safety.
You got to hold it.
I've been playing too much college football 27, apparently. Off of the tee, kickoff. Getting it is the upman, Sean Victor for Kings Academy, and what a lick! Jack Welchel stepping in and laying the woodwork, the Penn State commit. Wow! Laying the woodwork, Coach Shipman.
Yes, sir. This kid is making an impact on both sides of the ball. He is making his presence felt. I tell you what, whenever they get the football back, let's see if we can get the ball to 4.
Mike Rizzo, Coach Al Shipman, this is your HSS Game of the Week. Kings Academy and St. Andrews. Kings Academy up 2-0. Not a score. Had 2 solo home runs. No, we had a safety. 3 receivers left. 1 receiver right. Driggers in the pistol with Elam. He gets a handoff, blasting forward. Coach Mighty Mouse pushing for yards. Gain of 4, gain of 5 on the play. Going to be second down coming up for Kings.
I'll tell you what, after that last possession, if you noticed him there, once he got the contact, he had 2 hands on that football, and he made sure he secured it.
That's Coach Shipman's guy, Roman Driggers. 2nd and 4 situation coming up. 7:21 in ticking. In the pistol, 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right for Kings. Now looking to the sideline is Elam. He's getting his orders. They're changing things up. Once again, head coach Dan Bierak Him and his staff telling his young quarterback they like what they see from this defense. And now, play is whistled. We could snap the ball. Elam looks right, tried throwing that bubble pass, and he was off target on that one. Jacob Tomey was the intended target, but screen pass gone wrong for Kings.
Coach, I wish we had instant replay up here, and I can tell you, his foot was pointed upfield. You have to point your toe to the target, and that's why he's throwing off.
So, Coach, 3rd and 4, 7:10, clock frozen, 2-0, Kings Academy on top of St. Andrews. In the pistol, a handoff to Druggers, and he's pushing forward, Coach. Not going to get a good gain there. Definitely a 4th down situation coming up for Kings.
You know, at this distance, this particular spot on the field, I think they have to punt it. I know it's tempting to go for it here, but your defense is playing well. I think you have to punt it here.
Rodriguez stepping out for the punt. Coach, I got to say, I am a little surprised. Backup quarterback for St. Andrews. The worst-case scenario, they're giving it back to a backup, but they're going to decide to punt here. 4th and 3 situation in the second quarter.
Well, I get what you're saying, but, you know, if
And now Rodriguez, we have a flag on the play. Rodriguez punting it away to the dangerous Wesley Wynn. That one rolling close to the 10-yard line. We'll have to see where the referee spots it. And that one going to be close, more closer to the 15, but we're waiting on the penalty flag.
I mean, just back in reference to, you know, St. Andrews having that backup quarterback, you know, with Kings, you just got a safety there. You don't want to give Kings any momentum. Let's try and pin them again, pin them back deep again. If you can get them inside of the 10-yard line, make another play, having them punt from that end zone, you may be able to get that same result, another safety, blunt punt. At the worst-case scenario, you get better field position.
And now, Coach, an obvious punting situation with the penalty backing up Kings Academy, going to be 4th and 8 after a 4th and 3.
Well, you know what, honestly, right around that 50, 45-yard line, losing 5 yards, it really doesn't hurt you that much.
Maybe help as far as, you know, what the kicker's leg's all about. Once again, Rodriguez, the kicker for Kings Academy. We got the dangerous Wesley Wynn back to receive for St. Andrews, and that one, Coach, going to be right at the 25. So Rodriguez booting it away, getting it to the 25. St. Andrews going to be taking over on their own 25. Well, folks. Looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just does not taste right, it is time to make your well water swell water with Culligan. Their customized water treatment systems deliver cleaner, better tasting water throughout your home. And right now, if you try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months, you could get it at a fantastic discount. Once again, right now, you can try Culligan for $10 a month for your first 3 months. Culligan has been serving South Florida since 1936. Hey, Culligan man.
Hey, Culligan man.
Thank you to my producer, Damian Perez, at the City Place Studios. My man, Colin Russo, also back there. 6:17 to go. 1st and 10, second quarter. Ball, once again, Coach, on the 25. What do you want to see from the backup quarterback?
I just want to see him just have some composure and just be able to execute any part of the offense. Generally speaking, your backup quarterback does not have the same exact plays as the starter, but whatever plays they have for him, just have him to be able to execute those plays.
Ratas, the backup, going to take a read option, blast it up the middle on a scamper. Gain of about, what, Coach, 3 or 4? And you're pointing at something. Tell me about it.
6'4" is back in the game.
So 64, the offensive lineman, that is Jack Mueller, who left with injury, is back in the game. He hyperextended his knee as well on a dog pile. But as Coach Shipman alluded to, the backup came in and started making some mistakes. So the good news for St. Andrews is that they're getting their starting center in Mueller back in the game. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ratas in the shotgun throws a side pass, a slinger to Edward St. Jean on the near side. Going to be a little short of the first down marker. 3rd down, coming up, 3rd and short coming up for St. Andrews.
Well, the timing was off on that pass, but the receiver was able to come back and help his quarterback out, and the quarterback made an accurate throw. So I was happy to see that for him. Hopefully that'll give him a little bit of confidence in being able to run the offense.
Little sidearm action, sidearm throw there. I like the looks of that.
Baseball kid has to be.
So Wesley Wynn, the receiver out to the left, St. Jean, the receiver to the right. Pistol formation. Vaughn going to get the carry, and Coach, he's going to be, from my eye, it looks like he's going to be short. Now we have a flag on the far side. Could be an unsportsmanlike on either St. Andrews or Kings. Helmet is off of number 30, Elijah Chakritin, excuse me. And now again, another player is down for St. Andrews. And it looks like another one of those hogs or a tight end up front. I got a referee blocking my number here. And it is going to be a face mask on Kings Academy, so an automatic first down for St. Andrews. But, Coach, I saw, once again, Elijah Charkritin's helmet fly off.
Yeah.
And that's what that was all about.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I missed that play. I saw the lineman go down, so I was trying to see exactly what was going on with him. What was it, a contact injury? Was his foot planted in the turf or what?
So Oliver Haggerty, the player down for St. Andrews. Hope everything's all right with that young man, as now he's getting helped up by the St. Andrews physios. 5:25 clock frozen, second quarter. Kings Academy up 2-0. It will be a first down situation, though, for St. Andrews. And you hear Coach Shipman. It looked like he needed help, and then now he's going to run back into the huddle. Shame on us, Coach.
No, he has to come out for a play.
But he's got to come out for a play. But it looked
play.
like Oliver Haggerty was going to get help from the trainer and one of the coaches. Instead, he's running.
Oh, that was a soccer. That was a
like
soccer injury.
Come on, Coach. I'm voicing the Inter Miami Herons over here. We have some integrity. We have some integrity on the soccer side as well. No, but you're right. He went down. It looked worse than it probably was, but Haggerty coming out for a play. Nonetheless, going to be a first down situation after the 15-yard penalty. Jumbo formation here for St. Andrews. They're going to fake a run. Now a throw. Ratas in trouble, and he's going down. And no, he's going to take a couple of defenders with him before he goes down for his 5-yard loss. But again, a name I've been calling all night, Caleb Scroggins, man. He was leading the charge for Kings Academy. A couple of other black and blue helmets cleaned him up. And we got another sack for Scroggins.
This kid is having himself a game. I'm a little bit I don't want to say disappointed, but I would like to get into the ear of that offensive coordinator for St. Andrews right now. You're playing with your backup quarterback. Give him something that's a one read. If you don't like what you see, either run it or throw it away. You have great field position. You cannot afford to take these type of losses.
So Wesley Wynn does not have a catch tonight, as another pass. This one now to Welchel. Welchel blasts it about 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage originally, and it's going to be a 3rd and long situation coming up for St. Andrews.
Or let's just get the ball to 4. How about that?
As Coach mentioned, that is Jack Welchel, the Penn State commit. I got to give a shout-out to him, man. Matty Campbell, new head coach at Penn State, a Northeast Ohio native like myself. They're very excited for him, and he's got a good one in Jack Welchel, number 4 here from St. Andrews. So 2nd and 8 after the pickup. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left in the shotgun. Ratas drops back, rolls right, and now he's going to try to throw it, and it could have been intercepted. On the deflection was number 21, James Powell. James Powell, a member of our Top 63, number 58 on our ESPN West Palm Top 63 list. But it's going to be 4th and 8, obvious punt situation for St. Andrews.
I'm looking forward to seeing what James Powell can do. This is my first time laying eyes on him. I feel like he's an under-recruited kid, a lot of talent. So I'm hoping he can make a few plays, have a big game tonight as well.
So 3:50, clock frozen. 3:50 to go in the first half, 2-0, Kings Academy on top. They're going to get the ball. Coach, we have a flag on the near side. Booted away, and downing it is Henry Rahi. on special teams, but we're going to await the flag.
Uh-oh. This may be on Kings.
3:41 to go in the half. And out to talk to the referee is Dan Burak, head coach of Kings Academy. And we have a false start on St. Andrews. And we have a 5-yard penalty, and we are going to re-kick it from the looks of it. Or no, we are not.
False start on the Scots.
Stand by.
5 yards from the spot of the down.
So 5 yards from the spot of the down is the rule. So it's going to move up 5 yards, and King's going to get better field position near the 30-yard line.
Well, you get an opportunity here for your 2-minute offense, but you have a quarterback that's, he's been missing on a few passes or whatever the case may be. But I think you still got to give him a chance here with 3:41. I think they still have 2 timeouts, I believe, or maybe all 3. You got to give them a chance to get into the end zone before the end of the half.
They got all 3 timeouts, 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Elam rolling right after play action, and he's in trouble trying to throw it to one of the receivers. That was number 11, Jacob Tomey. But, Coach, again, Aiden Elam, a top 100 player in the class of 2029. He's been a little inconsistent tonight, but we've seen the flashes from him for Kings Academy.
Yeah, he's been having a rough go at it. And, again, I like what they were doing with him earlier, giving him some quick, easy passes. So maybe we try and get back to that, give him some confidence.
Roman Driggers, the running back to the right of Elam. Elam now on a designed quarterback run. And, Coach, he's still trying to push forward past the original line again. He still won't go down. He's pushing close to the first down sticks. Aiden Elam. But now it looks like a flag in the area of holding. And we're going to have to wait and see. 3:21 to go, and we do have a holding call. It'll be 2nd and 20 coming up for Kings Academy.
Now, strategy-wise, if you're St. Andrews, I'm not going to let a whole lot of time run off of this clock, especially if we can get a stop. If they can get a stop right here, I'm definitely calling the timeout, giving us an opportunity for St. Andrews to get some points on the board before the half.
We have 4 top 63 players in the game tonight. On the St. Andrews side, Wesley Wynn, Jack Welchel, and Jack Williams, and then James Powell on the King side. And right off of the penalty, it's going to be out of bounds, but a heck of a grab by number 1, Ben McPherson. It was a near side throw, but it's going to be incomplete, about 3 yards out of bounds. But 3rd and 20 situation coming up for Kings. And I agree, a pretty good effort there by the receiver and a decent enough throw by Elam. 3:06, clock frozen, first half action.
Now, the bad thing about that, you didn't make St. Andrews burn a timeout, and you didn't gain a yard.
Yep.
Now you're 3rd and 20. This is a rough, tough position to be in with a young quarterback.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Driggers and Elam in the pistol. Elam trying to get some guys off sides. They're not biting. He rolls right. He'll find Miller. No, that ball's dropped. Jacob Tomey, I'm at your mercy. Tomey dropped a drag route. Going to be 4th and 20 coming up. 3 minutes ago, Coach Shipman mentioned it. They're going to have timeouts and a chance to get points before the half in St. Andrews.
The last thing you want right here is to shank a punt. I'm sorry. I should not have said that. I don't want to jinx the guy, but you cannot afford to have the shank a punt right here.
Coach Shipman, I want to inform you, we are in the Kings Academy press
I
box.
know.
And it's very comfy in here with air conditioning, waters. No. But Coach, 4th and 20 situation.
Yes.
Kings Academy could be going after it. To receive it will be Wesley Wynn, player I'm high on, the number 7 player on our top 63 list. Offers from Georgia and Miami. He'll wave a fair catch, and St. Andrews will take over at the 50-yard line. Folks, this is your HSS game of the week, and at HSS Orthopedics, movement is their specialty. Whether you're an athlete, a weekend warrior, or just trying to stay active, injuries and pain can keep you from moving the way you want. The orthopedic specialists at HSS provide personalized treatment options for sports injuries, joint pain, spine care, and more. From non-surgical care to surgery and rehabilitation. With locations in West Palm Beach, Wellington, and Jupiter, choose better, move better with HSS. Learn more at hss.com. hss.edu/Florida, hss.edu/Florida. The Scots take over right at the 50. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Ratas hands it to Vaughn. Vaughn blasted through the middle, and a first down. One of the first big plays of the night, Coach, on both sides. A 12-yard gain and an HSS burst down for St. Andrews.
That came at a very good time for St. Andrews. Clock will stop while they move the chains.
2:36 and ticking now after the chains have been set. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Vaughn to Ratas's right. If you're just joining us, Jack Williams, starting quarterback, out with injury. Ratas rolls right, going to run right. Puts his head down, stays in bounds, Coach. Going to be a gain of about 2. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, I'm wondering if Kings is going to bring some pressure here to get them in a negative situation here.
Coach, when would you start clocking timeouts? It's 2:05 and rolling, no 2-minute warning in college.
Well,
in high school.
I tell you what, it depends on how much confidence you have in your quarterback, because they don't want to give Kings the football back as well.
2 receivers left, man in motion. Ratas hands it off to Vaughn. Vaughn with another sliver in a hole, push it towards the first down mark. Going to wait. And it's going to be right on the 30, so it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Now we have a flag, though, Coach.
I think it's unsportsmanlike.
And it's possible unsportsmanlike as the referees talk it over. Once again, this is your HSS game of the week. Mike Rizzo and Coach Shipley on the call. Kings Academy hosting St. Andrews.
Penalty is unsportsmanlike conduct against the Scots.
And it's unsportsmanlike against St. Andrews. So 15-yard penalty, Coach. This sets them back significantly.
St. Andrews, Coach, has to be livid right now.
Good golly, Coach. You're moving that ball back to the 45-yard line.
You finally get some momentum. You finally get, you're back and scoring. So at least you can get maybe a potential field goal out of the situation, and then you get a silly penalty like that.
3rd and 17 coming up for the Scots. And you got a backup quarterback in as well. This is not Jack Williams. This is Lucas Ratas. Wesley Wynn in motion. They're going to do a screen pass to a tight end, and he blasts forward to the original line of scrimmage. On the catch is number 22, Andrew Cabrera Hawk. And that clock is 1:11 and rolling. Going to be 4th and long coming up for the Scots. What do you do here, Coach?
Well, I think it's obvious that you go for it. They're definitely going to go for it.
They probably don't have a kicker who can make this.
And as I said, they're going to run as much clock as possible.
Are you surprised both teams are saying King's not calling a timeout, but maybe to preserve the clock? No, we're letting this clock roll all the way. Now a timeout comes in, and the timeout is going to go to the St. Andrews side. Coach, we'll keep it here. This is your HSS game of the week, Kings Academy and St. Andrews. We're at Cullert Field at Kings Academy. And, Coach, I'm surprised that maybe Kings didn't want to burn a couple of timeouts, hit that clock, try to get the ball back with more time. They got 2 themselves. Little surprise here about clock management on both sides.
Unfortunately, I just think there's a lack of confidence in both of these quarterbacks right now. You got the young kid, over here at Kings, and then you got the backup quarterback over there. You don't know how much of that playbook is open for either one of the quarterbacks. So rather than, make a mistake and give up a big play, I'm looking at it from the Kings' point of view. Listen, we got a 2-point lead. Our defense is playing well. Let's not do anything silly to give them momentum or give up a big play. Then on the other side of that, they're doing whatever they can to keep Kings from getting the football back. So I get why they let the clock run.
And Coach Ship, we've had turnovers as well, multiple turnovers, fumbles, miscues. It'd be a heavily penalized game too.
Yeah.
I understand all of it. I just
4th and 7.
maybe take a couple of shots. Regardless, it will be a punt, and punting it is the Swiss Army knife, Jack Welchel. He's right at the 50. To receive it is Ben McPherson for Kings Academy. 46.9 seconds to go in the first half. 4th and 7 situation. St. Andrews trying to pin him deep. The play clock at 13-12. Welchel gets it, a short punt and actually a flag, and I think this is going to go against St. Andrews. And it will be an illegal procedure against the Scots.
5-yard penalty remains, 4th down.
5-yard penalty going to be 4th and about 12 to go.
It doesn't hurt him. That 5-yard doesn't hurt him unless Kings can get home and block this. Because I definitely would be coming after this right now. You just need plays right now because your offense is so inconsistent. You need anything that can kickstart, this offense and get you some points.
And, Coach, we did see a special teams play. A safety is the only scorer. Kings up 2-0 here. And a punt this time, a better punt by Welchel. McPherson will decide not to receive it. That ball will roll close to the 15, going to be closer to the 13.5-yard line. But with 35.8 seconds left, the top 100 player in the class of 2029, Aiden Elam, will step out onto the field again to lead the offense.
Yeah, this is probably just going to be a knee. Take a knee and get, let's get into the locker room. Let's regroup. Let's see what we did well and see if we can put a series of plays together and just finish, because they did have some momentum at one time. They had good field position at one time, and the turnovers just happened to kill them, man.
I'll tell you what, my two guys back at the City Play Studios in downtown West Palm Beach, Colin Russo, Damian Perez, are going to take care of you at halftime. 35.8 seconds to go in this first half, 2-0, Kings on top. Elam, throw to the right, not on the same page with Ben McPherson, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up. Was not a knee, was not a run. They wanted to throw.
That surprised me. They came out being aggressive. But you know what? And they may be trying to give the young man some confidence because, again, he's had some players open, and he's just had some errant throws and just missed them. And just like that one, same thing. The guy was open, and he just missed him. So hopefully he can get himself together.
And now a flag on a 2nd and 10 situation.
Coach, we got to just take a knee and get up out of here. That's a penalty on Kings Academy. You're backing them up 5. You got to just – let's just get out of here.
Coach Ship's ready to go to half here with 31.6 to go. And to his credit, we're getting backed up close to the goal line, 2nd and 15 coming up. 31.6 seconds. And now a handoff to Driggers. Driggers trying to blast through the middle of the line of scrimmage, picks up a good gain, but going to be 3rd down coming up for Kings, and the clock's still rolling. St. Andrews will decide not to call timeouts. I think both teams happily ready to go to halftime.
Yeah.
And coming up at halftime, we have interviews from Kevin Thompson and Colin Russo. So Colin Russo sat down with Coach Kevin Thompson. We'll be hearing that in just a moment. And now another run for Driggers. He pushes forward, but that clock is at 0. We are at halftime. 2-0, your halftime score. If you're just joining us, turnovers, penalties, and Jack Williams, star quarterback for St. Andrews, left with injury. But Kings Academy up 2-0 here at the halfway mark. When the boys take it at halftime, after this short timeout, you're going to hear Colin Russo sit down with Kevin Thompson. This is your HSS Game of the Week. Kings Academy on top at halftime, 2-0 over St. Andrews.
Effective run up the middle for the Raiders. 2nd down for the Raiders. Touchdown Raiders. Quarterback sack.
Oh, yeah, to me.
Pass complete to number 3. Big-time pressure brought by that Bronco defensive line. Trying to attempt a 33-yard field goal. Snap, hold, kick. Kick is good. 7:52 remaining in the 4th quarter. Pendergrass again, he breaks out, he's at the 30. We control him. Great play by that Bronco defense. Number 0. Second down, run up the middle. Couple balls loose. Here's that the Broncos have the ball. Broncos special teams creating the turnover. Raiders turn it over. 34 seconds left. Your Broncos first and 10.
How about we move it forward here to second down? Second down here on the road to States. What surprise team are you going to have people look out for? One that might be under the radar right now, but by the middle of the season, we can't keep them out of the top 10 poll.
We've always talked about Wes Boca and Cardinal Newman as the big 2 state championship winners from last year. That was the FHSAA. We actually had 2 state champion winners in the SSAA, and one of those was American Heritage Delray. Theo, I'm saying this is a surprise team, not because I think they have a great shot at the SSAA again. I think they got a chance to compete with some of the good FHSAA teams. Their quarterback, junior Marcus Strack, I keep seeing him atop a ton of 561 rankings for class of 2028. Apparently, for some reason I didn't clock him last year too much, but apparently this kid has a lot to show. They're so big in the trenches, both defensive line and offensive line. Dominic Swanson being a top 63 member this upcoming year, this past weekend. But I think American Heritage Delray has a lot to prove, not just in their own division.
I told you I was going to give you a hint at the team that has a chance to make the Open Championship. And do not shoot the messenger. But right now, as things stand on Max Preps, Fort Pierce Central ranks at 147 in the state. A long shot, if you will. But if you look in their district, they have a date with Vero Beach, because they would have to play them and beat them if we're talking about the road to actually making it to the top 8 in the state. But also on Fort Pierce Central's schedule, you have Cocoa, you have Rockledge, you have Bishop Verot. Those are 3 teams right now that by the end of the year could rank in the top 20, top 30 in the state, depending on how they go through their regular season. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying the slate is there. Fort Pierce Central has the road to get there. What I will say, though, confidently is this is a team based on how good they are, the playmakers they have, guys like A.J. Hill, that was a top 63 player, and the coaching. I think this is the team that's going to definitively be back in the playoffs. And coming off of a 10-win season, I think they might have less regular season wins this year, but be a better football team and have a shot at maybe winning a couple of games in the playoffs if they don't draw a bad seed and have to face like a Vero Beach in the second round. So just be on the lookout for Fort Pierce Central. The Cobras, that offensive passing attack is always exciting to watch, and they fly around on defense as well. And I will say this: if you're gonna bank on a team to out exceed expectations, how about the team that over the past 4 years have done nothing but improve? 2023, 2-win team. 2024, 5-win team. Last year they go 10-2. This year, the ceiling is the roof, Kate.
Oh yeah, Fort Pierce Central, like you said, led by Drew LaPlante, going into his senior year at quarterback, also a top 63 member. They're going to put up points. Yeah. And they're just going to be in a shootout every night. And if they can score more than the other team, then they're going to get W's.
That's right. They will get those. If anything from last year stands true, they will be competitive every single Friday night. Let's move on to third down here on the road to States. And this one goes back to the top 63 event, the wonderful event we had over at Kaiser University last weekend. Which top 63 athlete are you most excited to watch this year? Cade, I'll let you start it off again.
We were there for his official commitment to the University of Colorado. Ryan Ferdinand of the Palm Beach Lakes Rams is ready to absolutely go bonkers this year. In the week 0 game that they just took against, I believe, Seminole Ridge, Ferdinand goes for, I believe it was at least a 60-yard bomb of a touchdown and a punt return touchdown in the same quarter. It was like back-to-back drives, something like that. He put his name out there immediately.
Shifty, man.
He was a top 10 player on our top 63, kind of went a little bit under the radar last year, but now Lakes with 3 different top 63 players led by Ryan Ferdinand. This team is going to shine. What is the phrase they got? Back to Lakes. Lakes is back. What is it?
Lakes on top. Oh,
Lakes
restore
on
Lakes.
top.
Restore
Lakes. There we go.
Hashtag restore Lakes.
Ryan Ferdinand leading the charge there.
The 2 other top 63 players on that list, Tamarian Moreland, who plays a similar position, goes both ways,
That's the top
receiver
10.
and DB.
Sorry, Ferdinand's 15.
Yeah.
Moreland's top 10. I apologize.
Well, and then also they also have Jordan Johnson. Last year, Jordan Johnson was a quarterback at Palm Beach Gardens. This year, his first year at Lakes, he was number 51 on the list. I heard some reports he ain't like his ranking. I heard from some folks that Jordan Johnson feels like he got shorted on the rankings. He'll have every opportunity to prove that this year. He's got playmakers on the outside. He has a line that should be able to give him some time, and he can sling the football probably as far as anybody in this county can. Jordan Johnson and the team will be an exciting watch, and Ryan Ferdinand will be on the receiving end of a lot of those catches. And if you look at their schedule as well, that's a tough district, Cade. So Ferdinand's going to have a chance to put out some good tape against some really good teams. Look at their district.
It's like Jupiter, Gardens, and a whole bunch of other teams, right?
Jupiter, Lakes, St. Aloysius, and then Garcia listed in there as well, and then Palm Beach Central. And you also got Lake Worth and Wellington. I don't want to short them, but you look at all of these teams, there's 4 teams that expect to make the playoffs in here at least. When you look at Jupiter, Central, Lakes, St. Aloysius, and then you could argue as well Dr. Joaquin Garcia, which was right on the brink last year. So it's going to be an uber competitive district, and Ryan Ferdinand could be the difference maker for them. I'm going to go pretty chalk, okay? For the first time in the history of the top 63 list, which has been now 15 years in the making, we had a quarterback top the list. And for the first time in the history of the top 63 list, we had the number 1 player, the Greg Bryant number 1 player, be somebody who's actually supposed to be in their junior season. Give me wonderful Champ Mons. Give me the quarterback who is committed to go to Notre Dame, who we haven't got a chance to see a lot of in his high school career so far because of injury and the fact that he reclassified. Since I've been here in South Florida in the past 6 years, I've seen some excellent quarterbacks come through the ranks in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. None with as big of a pedigree as Champ Mons, and also none with the kind of runway that he has. Like, I don't know what the ceiling is on the statistical profile that he could put together this year is, because they do have some steep competition, and Lenny's not here to run the score up or get stats. I'm sure Vero Beach is just here to try to win football games and redeem themselves from what happened last year at FIU. But what I will say is, given the weapons that they have, given the system that Lenny and them run out there, and the fact that I saw before the games on Friday, Champ Mons posted a picture on Instagram on his story. Michael Jordan, I'm back. You remember the I'm back, wonderful Mons posting that, and then went out and did what he did against Cardinal Newman with the rushing touchdown and throwing the ball all over the yard. I think he's a man on a mission. I'm grateful that we're going to be able to actually see one more good year out of him, because we only got his freshman year and he was banged up all of last year. So we'll be able to see what Vero Beach does with a top flight quarterback like that. But give me the number 1 quarterback in the area, and let's just get the popcorn, get ready for the show.
If he stays healthy, it's going to be elite.
You were there, right? You were there at Vero Beach. What did the ball look like coming out of his hands? Because everybody got talked to that sees him in person these days says, like, yes, it looks like he's ready to play on Saturdays already.
Pinpoint accuracy. The ball went exactly where we wanted to go. The thing that actually impressed me most is his pocket presence.
Yeah.
Pocket presence. He was not going down without a fight. He actually had a rushing touchdown from about 20 yards out where he escaped 2 different defenders and scrambled and plowed his way through. It got called back for holding. The very next play, he steps up in the pocket again, throws a strike to Marcus Melbourne. It's one of our Play of the Week nominees. That scored a touchdown. The very next play, Theo.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the thing, man, and that's why it's going to be an exciting season. We have a lot of, I would say this is probably the most talent-rich top 63 list we've had since I've been out here, and a lot of those players are also all on teams that are going to be competing late into the season. So we'll be able to see some of our best players and best athletes playing some pivotal games down the line. I expect mine to be one of them as well.
Coach, looking ahead, this point in camp, this point in the season, a lot of thunderstorms, a lot of weather problems, getting in early or out late to avoid a lot of this Florida weather. Did you deal with any of this yesterday? A lot of schools did get canceled or postponed because of weather. You guys didn't deal with this, did you?
Oh, yeah, we got postponed. We didn't start. We usually start at 6:30. We didn't start till 8.
Wow, so you didn't start. You had an hour and a half off. Okay, interesting. I didn't realize that.
Hour and a half. And then, their rule is 2 hours prior to the original start time. So if we had got it in before the 8:30 mark, we would have been canceled also.
Coach, does that ever get easier to deal with that and to expect that coming into a game and doing a lot of the waiting game? It's going to be the first month or so of the season, plus really till October, that you're going to start seeing this with these late evening or early evening, late afternoon thunderstorms. Tell me about how you deal with that from organizing the players.
It's one of those things where you think you have a plan because you've been dealing with it so much. You think this is the best plan if you do this, or if you do this, this is the best plan. Maybe you go in the gym and get some practice, but you need to go outside so you can do some special teams and throw the ball around. So, you're just trying to kind of figure out every year which fits which team better. I think last night, because it kept changing, it was one of those things where we had to figure out, do we tell the guys to take off their tape off their cleats? Do we tell them to relax in the gym or in the locker room? It definitely was. I think it helped with the slow start also, just having to push back the time so far that a lot of guys, we had to figure out how to get them back up and get them locked back in.
And, Coach, they certainly did, especially with that great win yesterday. Congratulations to you and the guys. Hot start to the season. Looking forward to following it the rest of the way. I appreciate the time here on a Friday. And, Coach, we'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it. That's Coach Kevin Thompson, Palm Beach Central football at 1-0 after a 14-9 win over Glade Central yesterday. It's Colin Russo, ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, ESPN 106.3. That was Coach Kevin Thompson of Palm Beach Central High School. They had a big win yesterday over Glades Central. 14-9. It was a low-scoring affair, but, geez, 215 yards rushing from a sophomore is nothing to scoff at. We go around Palm Beach County a little bit as we gear up for St. Andrews Kings Academy's second half, which is going to be starting here in just about a few minutes. First things first, let's go to Brian Rowitz, who is on the road right now throughout Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Brian, where are we? What's going on?
I am down in Broward at American Heritage Plantation, the back-to-back defending state champs taking our back-to-back defending state champs in West Boca, and it is all West Boca in this one. We go to the half, it's 14-0 West Boca, and they had opportunities to add to the lead. A turnover on downs, failed 4th and goal from the 5, and a missed field goal. That West Boca defense is elite right now. American Heritage, who's led by their quarterback, Neiman Lawrence, he's a 4-star going to, I don't know if you heard of them, Texas. Well, Heritage Plantation, 0 first downs in this first half.
There you go. 0 first downs, completely shut down. Appreciate the call, Brian. Thank you for chiming in. We'll hear from him later on in the evening as we give you updates from throughout Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast right here on ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. What we will do is we will take a quick timeout for about a minute or so, and then we will be back at it with Mike Rizzo. This has been Colin Russo with ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, our HSS Game of the Week, coming back after this on ESPN 106.3.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Mike Rizzo here with the Sports Business Minute presented by the Florida Atlantic MBA in Sport Management Program. The Los Angeles Lakers are locked into a massive $12.5 billion corporate civil war. Following the shocking franchise sale, the venture capitalist John Kushner and former Disney CEO Bob Iger, a brutal family feud has erupted. 5 of the 6 Buss siblings voted to cash out their remaining 17% stake in the team. However, controlling owner Jeannie Buss is aggressively fighting back, deploying attorneys to block the transaction and void the vote. With the front office frozen, the legendary franchise is stuck in legal limbo. This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the Florida Atlantic MBA in Sport Management Program. Accelerate your career in sports with the program committed to developing top-notch executives and managers with a focus on the job placement for students and graduates. The Florida Atlantic MBA in Sport Management Program.
Are you one of those people that just can't focus at home? The dog barks, the kids are screaming, and you're thinking, how am I going to get all of this work done? Working from home can be distracting, but Intelligent Office is here to help you focus. They offer quiet and affordable private office and meeting spaces in Palm Beach Gardens to help you get your work done. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to reserve an office today.
At Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, combine a day at the fair and the ballpark on Saturday, August 22nd for County Fair Night, presented by the South Florida Fair. There will be a petting zoo, inflatables, carnival games, raffle prizes, and plenty of food and drink specials for the whole family to enjoy. It's also another Frozen Iguanas game and Code Ninjas Kids Club Saturday. Stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your tickets today.
At HSS, movement is our specialty. Whether you're an athlete, a weekend warrior, or just trying to stay active, injuries and pain can keep you from moving the way you want. Our orthopedic specialists provide personalized treatment options for sports injuries, joint pain, spine care, and more. From non-surgical care to surgery and rehabilitation. With locations in West Palm Beach, Wellington, and Jupiter. Choose better, move better. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida.
You're listening to ESPN presented by H Florida. Move better.
Well, we're coming. 2-0 your halftime score. Kings Academy awaiting the whistle to boot this one away to St. Andrews. But welcome on back to your HSS Game of the Week on ESPN West Palm. Myself, Mike Rizzo, and Al Shipley on the call. Coach Shipley, legendary coach here in Palm Beach County, and also the former Miami Hurricane running back. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification all across our ESPN West Palm High School game day.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Appreciate Colin Russo and company handling halftime. All the callers updating us on scores across Palm Beach County. St. Andrews and their upmen going to take it up. Coach, did he just step out on the 1 yard line?
I couldn't see.
Did he just step out on the 1 yard line?
Yes, he did.
Unbelievable. So folks.
Scots will take over 1st and 10 at their own 4.
1st and 10 on their own 4 yard line. Stepping out of bounds with St. Jean, not knowing where he was on the field, Coach, and that's going to cost St. Andrews early in this second half. They're already down to a backup quarterback. Let's get you back up to date on your HSS game of the week. A lot of turnovers, a lot of fumbles, and a lot of penalties, and worse got worse for St. Andrews as their star quarterback, Jack Williams, out of the game, and in is backup Lucas Ratas, who does not have a lot of experience. 1st and 10, ball at the 4. He hands it off to Vaughn. Vaughn fighting forward, trying to get whatever yards he can. Going to be a short gain on 1st down.
I'm very surprised Kings didn't bring any pressure right there. Having them backed up, going against that backup quarterback. You know, the defense is playing awesome right now. I'm thinking bring pressure. Let's get that sack, man. Let's get a strip fumble or anything. This again, we need big plays to create some momentum for this football team right now.
To Coach Shipley's point, Caleb Scroggins had about 3 tackles for loss and a sack in that first half. So let's see if Kings Academy wants to bring some pressure here on 2nd and 8. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Ratas gives it to win. It's a fumble and a scrum for it on the ground. And I believe St. Andrews is going to land on this. It's an incomplete jet sweep pass. But that was Coach Wesley Wynn, a player we talked about at halftime. We were surprised the great young man has not had a catch in the game. They tried getting the ball there, and they're going to actually call that an incomplete pass. It's very fortunate for St. Andrews.
You know, at this particular time right now, it's almost to the point where you just got to line them up in the backfield and just have them take a direct snap. You got to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers right now.
Jack Welchel, another playmaker. He's on his way to Penn State. Number 4 for St. Andrews. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Ratas in the shotgun. They're going to hand it off, play things safe. Instead, Vaughn is going to get some space and pick up a 1st down. He pushed towards the 30, going to be closer to the 27. But Coach Marquise Vaughn with a nice run and a huge 1st down for St. Andrews.
I tell you what, I'm not sure how he got through there. He came right up the A-gap. My linebacker ran right past him. I don't know how he missed him, but I tell you what, it was a heck of a run by the running back, and they dug St. Andrews out of that hole.
So St. Andrews, a 3rd and long situation on their own 5. They blast forward with the run for a 1st. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Ratas in the shotgun. He kept it, and he decided the wrong move there. And in the backfield is number 50, Jake McPherson, coming in for the tackle of loss. The sophomore coming in with the big play.
Yeah, that was a huge play. Now, here we go again. We got him behind the change. What are you going to dial up as a defensive coordinator right now? You want to play it safe, or you just want to keep the pressure on and, again, make that quarterback beat you, which I'm not sure that he can.
So, Coach, 10:30 and moving on this clock. 3rd quarter action. Kings Academy up 2-0. A 2nd and 16 situation. Ratas hands it off to Vaughn. Vaughn fighting forward, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to look like about 3rd and 11 coming up here.
Simpson and Jackson Weston.
Simpson and Weston on the stops.
6 yards.
You know what I noticed, though? Ford's not in the game right now. He hasn't been in the game in this series.
So Jack,
there he is.
Jack Welchel not in the game for the first couple of plays. He's going to check in for head coach Jimmy Robertson. And I'm with Coach Shipley. Get your ball to your playmakers, the Wesley Winds of the world, the Welchels of the world. It's a young quarterback in the game with not a lot of experience in Lucas Ratas. And A fumble spit out here, ugly play, and now I think the referees are going to call it dead.
Yeah, they went to the well one too many times on that play. I think they ran that play about 4 times in the first half. You know, it was a 3rd and long situation. I think obviously the defense was ready for that one.
And King snuffed that one out, and with 9:35 to go in the 3rd quarter, 4th and 10, obvious punt situation. Coach Shipp, they're going to get a good field position here in Kings Academy off this punt.
Back to punt for the Scots. Jack Miller and Fletcher Hodges.
Hodges and Miller, the 2 men back for the punt. Welchel booting it 2. And that's a muck! That's a muck punt! And I believe Kings Academy is going to be able to fall on that one. And they will fall on that one. That was McPherson who mucked the punt. And now we have an injury.
That could have been unintentional helmet to helmet. They both were going for the football.
And we'll work on the player who's down, folks. But let's take a timeout. Let's take an injury timeout. 9:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. Kings Academy going to get the ball close to their own 45 and midfield. This is your HSS Game of the Week on ESPN 106.3.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill & Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill & Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Well. Looks like you're well.
Triggers.
And now we have a big run for Driggers, excuse me. And he's pointing for a first down. We got to wait and see if the Lions judge is going to give him a first. And the Lions judge says move the ball. And it's a first down for Kings Academy right off of the punt. So Kings Academy getting it back and now into St. Andrews territory after that 10-yard run. 9:04 and counting, 1st and 10 and HSS first down. Elam setting his feet and throwing, not on the same page as Jacob Tomey. Hit him in his face. Coach, is that a ball he's got to come down with?
Yes, sir. He has to make that catch. Even if it was a bad throw, he has to make that catch just to give the quarterback some confidence right now. You know, you got a young quarterback, first-year quarterback, man, trying to lead this team. You got momentum. He has to make that catch there.
Mike Rizzo and Al Shipley on the call for your HSS Game of the Week. Kings Academy hosting St. Andrews 2-0. Your score, Kings Academy on top. They're in St. Andrews territory, and Driggers again, on the carry. Remember his name, I'm just call him Mighty Mouse, Coach, our nickname for him, but he's had a good night tonight.
Yes, he has.
I think he's been arguably the best player on the Kings Academy offense tonight.
No doubt. Listen, he's battling right now with 55 for the player of the game for me.
A 3rd and 10 situation coming up for Kings Academy. 2-0 the score. Ball on the 44-yard line.
This is a huge play for them.
In the pistol, 3 receivers right, 1 left. Elam rolls right, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Alaki Henderson, and it's going to be 4th and 10 coming up. But he had him, Coach. He overthrew him.
You know, the reason why I was saying that was a big play, because the area of the field that they're on, if they pick up 4 to maybe 6 yards there, you think about, potentially going for it, but now you have to punt it.
8-16, Coach. This is an obvious punting situation. 4th and 10, a young quarterback that hasn't gotten a lot going. And now we have a timeout for St. Andrews. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Once again, Mike Rizzo and Al Shipman on the call. We'll be right back on your HSS Game of the Week.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $879 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
We're coming to your city.
4th and 10. Kings Academy and Rodriguez going to be punting it back to St. Andrews. It has turned into a battle of field position here in the second half. Wesley Wynn receiving the punt, and Wynn doing what he can, fighting for about 8 yards, fighting close to the 20, and that's where the offense will set up for St. Andrews at about their own 17-yard line. Coach Shipman, I am starving. Do you want to know where I'm going to go after the game? I'm going to go to Duffy's Sports Grill, a proud supporter of ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. If you're hungry, it's time for a power play at Duffy's Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them. All part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and a drink starting at $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy's Sports Grill, our game is always on. Mike Rizzo and Coach Al Shipman on the call. Your HSS High School Game of the Week. St. Andrews taking over on their own 17. In the pistol, hand off to Vaughn. Vaughn blasting forward, trying to get some yards closer to that first down stick. Decent run there on 1st and 10.
Yeah, and you know, they needed that. Right now, St. Andrews is starving. They just need anything. I know they're deflated, losing their captain and the star quarterback. So any positive thing that they can get right now, they're going to take it.
So 7:39 and counting in the third quarter. Kings Academy up 2-0. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Rotas in the pistol. Behind him again is Vaughn. Ratas fakes the handoff on the read option. He's going to come right. Ratas trying to grab that corner. That's going to be enough for an HSS first down. Big run for Ratas.
I tell you what, I like the fire in him. You know, he tossed that guy off, that defender off him at the end of that play, and he came up. He's uh-oh. Is he hurt?
And no, Ratas is not hurt, but we do have an injured Kings Academy 21, that is James Powell. And, folks, he is one of our players on our ESPN Top 63, so this could be a big injury for Kings Academy. Let's take 30 seconds and regroup here on ESPN West Palm High School Game Day.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill and Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill and Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
We're coming to your city.
Welcome on back to our HSS Game of the Week. Kings Academy hosting St. Andrews. Now, Coach, you saw something with Powell on that play, but also the play on the punt. He got his bell rung a little bit on the punt when he recovered the mucked punt, and now he's injured here on the near side. We certainly hope everything's okay with the young man.
Yeah, no doubt. He made a very heads-up play in recovering that football, because that could have been a real game changer for St. Andrews. And now I'm hoping that's not a pinched nerve or concussion or anything like that, but it's definitely upper body injury.
It's again James Powell, the third, going down and blasting forward on a 1st and 10 situation is Marquise Vaughn. Coach, both running backs have found their form here in the second half. Marquise Vaughn and Driggers on the other side for Kings Academy.
Yeah, I tell you what, Vaughn is quietly having a pretty good game too. I would venture he's up around that 50-60 yard mark as we speak.
And Coach Shipman obviously Miami Hurricane running back, a specialist when it comes to the position. 2nd and 3. 2 receivers split out left and right, and another run for Vaughn. By my naked eye, that looks like it's going to be enough for an HSS first down. And it is an HSS first down.
I tell you what, man. Hey, one time for the little guys, you know, but neither one of these, they probably don't weigh 200 pounds between the both of them. 2 very small in stature running backs, but very big hearts, and they're running tough tonight.
Do you continue running the ball here, Coach?
Yes, until they stop it.
Backup quarterback and Ratas in. The reason I ask about some of the stars that are split out in Welchel and Wesley Wynn. Wynn still with not a catch tonight and a fumbled snap for the 4th time tonight. Ratas goes down to the 30, a 10-yard loss. All that momentum down the drain, Coach, for St. Andrews.
Listen. Barring a miracle, you might as well bring the punter out now. I'm sorry.
Dude, come on, Coach. It's 2nd and 20. Coach, we got to come on.
I'm sorry, man. You know, it's just been that type of night,
and you're right. There haven't been a lot of throws downfield for both teams.
Yeah, and I really feel bad. I honestly, I really do feel bad, man. But what can you do? You have to put a game plan together. And no matter what the game plan is, if you can't get the snap off, there's nothing you can do.
We've had 4 fumbled snaps tonight, 2 on both sides. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Ratas in the shotgun. Spellback is in, and that's a big lick. Number 14, Zion Charles, took a big lick by number 7, Jack Miller.
Yeah, and again, that was just something they were hoping that they could catch them playing in some type of prevent umbrella zone and just get something underneath really, really quick, see if they can, get a quick catch and run, maybe get them into some positive yards, something easier, a manageable 3rd down. But obviously defense came up big on that one.
3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Vaughn back in the game. Ratas takes the snap, rolls right, looking right, and a throw. A good catch to number 26, Charles Mezier. But, Coach, it was 4th and a mile. Or, sorry, it was 3rd and a mile. And we have 4th down here coming up.
I tell you what, the quarterback isn't bad on the run. So,
when you bootleg him.
Yeah, so they need to try and get something going with him, getting out on the perimeter, and, getting him out of the pocket. He's not very accurate inside of the pocket, but he's throwing the ball, pretty good outside of the pocket.
Coach Shipman, football players are built tough, and your truck should be too. Head into your local Ford dealer or visit Ford.com/local. Ford Tough. 4:43 to go in the 3rd quarter, 4th and 14 for St. Andrews. They're going to punt it away to Kings, and that one, I think someone got a big paw on that. And, Wetchel's punt going to go to the 40-yard line. So Kings Academy going to get it on their own 40 when we return. Let's take 30 seconds. When we come back, Kings Academy's drive on ESPN 106.3.
Well, looks like your well water can use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan. Their customized water treatment systems help deliver cleaner, better tasting water all throughout your home. And right now, you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months. Serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
We're coming to your city.
Folks, Land Rover Palm Beach. You could lease the brand new 2026 Range Rover Velar 250S or check out the bold and rugged 2026 Defender 110 P300S. Whether you're heading to the game or cruising to the beach, Land Rover Palm Beach has luxury SUV to match your lifestyle. Stop by today, Okeechobee Boulevard, just past the Turnpike, LandRoverPalmBeach.com. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left, and in the pistol is Elam. Elam hands it off to Driggers, and Driggers having a run we've seen all night, pushing forward, carrying defenders with him, and it's going to be a short run on 1st and 10, Coach.
Yeah, but he is a tough kid. That is a tough 3-yard run. I'll tell you what, man, during that timeout, if I'm the offensive coordinator / head coach, I'm with my young quarterback, and I'm asking him, hey, what plays are you most comfortable with? Because right now they have to get it. They're not going to get much better field position than this unless you get another turnover.
And we do have a timeout on the field, Coach. I believe some cramps. While we have a timeout, I did want to tell you guys about our great friends at Kaiser University. Kaiser University's flagship campus, proud hosts of the ESPN West Palm Top 63 every single year. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail is West Palm Beach. It extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus. Kaiser University Coaches Corner as well. Keep in mind on that where Theo Dorsey interviews both of the coaches. Kaiser University, folks, go check them out. Coach, what are you gasping at over here?
No, for a second there,
Is
I
that
thought
an injury? You thought something? Okay.
I thought that was my guy. I thought that was
I see.
four.
I
Oh,
see.
he
I
had
see.
me nervous there for a second.
Now, Coach, 4:12 to go. Both teams have really struggled to pass the ball. What is it going to take for either side to win this game in your eyes right now?
Whoever's going to make the least amount of mistakes, to be honest with you, I just think that's what it's going to come down to, and who can execute the best.
Now we got 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Elam in the shotgun on 2nd and 7.
Oh.
And that ball sailed. He completely missed his receiver, Alakai Henderson, and the St. Andrews defense almost came up with a big play.
I'm thinking right now, I'm not sure what the Kings Academy's playbook is consists of, but I would like to see them get Elam out like St. Andrews is doing
The
with their
rollouts,
quarterback.
the
Yeah, let's
bootlegs.
get him out there to get so it can the field can be more clear for him. You know?
Two receivers right, 2 receivers left. Elam in the shotgun. He's going to try to go deep to Ben McPherson, and they are not on the same page. Going to be 4th and 7 coming up in the third quarter with 3:53 to go in the quarter. But, Coach, another stall out for Kings Academy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Let's get him out on the rollout. Let's get him out on bootleg, something where he has a run-pass option. You know he's an athlete. He's not a great passer of the football, but because he's a great athlete, give the kid a chance.
A punt here coming up for Rodriguez and Kings Academy. He boots it heading to the 20. Wynn catches it right at about the 22-yard line of St. Andrews, and that's where they will take over. Let's take 30 seconds. This is your HSS Game of the Week presented by HSS.
You want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
And 1st and 10. St. Andrews running their first play out of the timeout. That is a 4-yard run by Vaughn. Could be even more, Coach. Another solid push by Vaughn and the offensive line for St. Andrews. Again, if you're just joining us, Kings Academy up 2-0 in the third quarter. Been a very ugly game. Not a lot of passes downfield. I'm actually interested to see quarterback completions and some of that. You have not had a lot of completions, and it's really been on the ground. And we'll get Coach Ship's thoughts here after this 2nd and 5. Ritas goes to hand it off to Vaughn, and we do have penalty, and it's going to be a false start. Another penalty for a team in this game. Coach, very ugly, but the run game has been seeming to work for both teams.
Yeah, I agree with that, but here's the thing. You pick up 6 yards on first down, and then here you go, you have a penalty. So now you put yourself in a situation where you almost have to pass. You know that the passing game is not working for you right now, so you cannot continue to have these self-inflicted wounds.
Once again, Mike Rizzo and Coach Al Shipman on the call. Ship also a former Miami Hurricane running back. My running back specialist. Speaking of running backs, Vaughn gets it, and he's swallowed up by the Kings Academy defensive line. And going to be another 3rd and long coming up.
if either team, to be honest with you, is going to have an opportunity to sustain drives tonight, they're going to have to stay out of third and longs right now because they've shown the inability to be able to throw the football or even catch the football because even when Elam was accurate with the football, we got 2 drops. So it's going to be difficult. They got to get into those 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, so at least they have a chance to run that football and get the first down to continue to drive.
Coach Shipman, I'm looking at Caleb Scroggins, who's been all over the place tonight for that Kings Academy defense. Ratas takes the shotgun snap. He's going to tuck and run to the left, and he is dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. Kings Academy's not fooled by that play-action fake run. Once again, Ratas faked it to the running back, rolled left, and once he saw his first option not open, he tucked it. And he lost about 4 on the play.
Is that Elam coming out there for the punt return?
Yes. It is.
There it is.
So sharp eyes.
Well, there it is. Hey, you got one of your better athletes. Let's try and get him involved some kind of way. That's what I said. Whether it's special teams.
So St. Andrews punting it away, and they are going to – that is a low-driven, to say the least, a bad punt. It's going to go to the St. Andrews 40. And my goodness, Coach, Kings Academy is going to be set up like me at a Chinese buffet.
There it is. Now, hey, I said it before.
I can do some damage at a Chinese buffet, too, by the way, Coach.
So can I. But, listen, I said it before. Let's bring out your best plays, and let's try and put this thing together. I'm telling you right now, I feel like if they can get a touchdown, game's over.
So, Coach, we don't have rushing stats in front of us, but Driggers has to be close to about 80, 85 yards.
They changed quarterbacks.
And now backup quarterback number 15, London Rensburg, in the game, and he's in the pistol. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right, and Driggers in the backfield. Again, London Rensburg, lefty. Takes the snap and a throw, and Coach, a drop. Excuse me. John Rames dropping that one for Kings Academy. It goes back to what you mentioned, Coach. When you get an on-target pass, drop, and that's been both teams, to be fair. That's been both teams.
I agree. But I think that one right there was a little, he heard some footsteps there. Yeah. Footsteps in the dark, baby.
A little bit of a hospital pass, Coach,
yes, sir.
as we would say.
Yeah.
As I would say. It's, I call soccer, too. You got hospital passes in soccer as well. 1:34, 2nd and 10, third quarter. And he's going to drop back. Once again, backup quarterback in all day to throw. Lefty gunslinger gets it to number 12, John Rames. And I think that's going to be targeting on Jack Welchel.
That hurts. If that's what they call. And he's also down. He's cramping. He's just cramping, though. But if that's targeting, that's going to hurt.
15 yards.
Yeah.
And, Coach, what'd you say? Touchdown what?
Touchdown will win it. Yeah,
touchdown will win the game?
It's over.
1:24, clock frozen after the penalty. Once again, Jack Welchel, 15 yards for personal – or actually, they're actually going to call it targeting head-to-head. Stand by. Targeting. It is targeting. Now, I don't know the
15-yard penalty.
I don't know the rules on targeting in the high school.
Right.
I usually targeting in college, and you could get thrown out of the game. So yeah. I know Welchel is down, stretching out some cramps, and now we have another flag. And
the head coach.
Unsportsmanlike on St. Andrews, so a gain of 30. It's going to be a 30-yard gain, folks, for Kings Academy. And I agree with Coach Shipman that a touchdown probably could call game here. Granted, it's very early. We got a whole nother quarter to play. 1:24 to go in the third quarter. 2-0 Kings Academy already on top. But Welchel going to walk off of the field. And this, stand by, 7-yard line. Kings Academy is on the 7-yard line. Again, backup quarterback London Rensburg in the game. Aiden Elam started the game. He has been taken out. In the pistol, 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Driggers, the running back, in the backfield behind Rensburg. 30 yards, Coach Shipman. 30 yards on penalties.
That hurt. That hurts.
Rensburg hands it to Driggers. Driggers fighting towards the goal line. short gain there, going to be 2nd and goal coming up.
Hey, let's add insult to injury. You've already lost your star quarterback,
Jack Williams.
Now you've lost arguably your best player on your football team.
In Welchel.
Yeah. This is really going to test the intestinal fortitude of this team.
So St. Andrews in trouble right now, down 2-0 already. A 2nd and goal situation for Kings Academy. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Driggers moving out on a flat screen, and then a throw to the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. Jack Miller, a good throw by London Rensburg. Right in the back of the end zone in the middle. And, Coach, we said a touchdown could end it. It's 8-0 here in the 3rd quarter.
You know, I'm so happy for the quarterback to come in and for them to get that touchdown. But me just being biased, I wanted my guy to get the touchdown. I wanted Mighty Mice in there. I wanted them to give it to him 4 times. I wanted my guy to get a touchdown, to get that touchdown.
And that's the running back and Coach Shipman coming out there. And the extra point is up. And the extra point is we're waiting on a signal is good. We've got 3 referees down there. Not one of them knew what they were doing. 44.8 seconds to go, 9-0 in the game. Excuse me, 3rd quarter action. We got a whole nother quarter to play, but 44.8 seconds. Kings Academy up 9-0. Let's take a 30-second timeout on your HSS game of the week.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Welcome on back, folks, to your HSS Game of the Week. And well, looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, and all of this sort, right now you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 30 months. Culligan has been serving Florida, South Florida, since 1936. Schedule your free water test today. The kickoff is away, and St. Andrews Upman St. John receives it. He's trying to catch that outside corner, pushing past the 30-yard line, and he actually bulldozers close to the 35, Coach.
Yeah, it's a very nice return. Very nice return.
Now, Coach, what do you want to see from St. Andrews? We both mentioned that maybe a touchdown could end it, but if they could take care of the football, put 7 up here on the board, then we could have a conversation.
It's going to be difficult. You know, you've lost your 2 captains.
Welchel and Williams.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult right now. I'm just hoping that they don't lay down and this thing turns into a blowout, which could very well happen, to be honest with you.
Mike Rizzo and Coach Al Shipman on the call. Ratas in the pistol. He'll hand it off to Vaughn. Vaughn catching this near side edge, and he'll somersault past the 40-yard line, close to the first down stick. Gain of 7. Going to be 2nd and 3 coming up.
Well, I'll tell you what, Vaughn is still running hard.
He's not
quitting.
Coach,
he's
I'll
definitely not quitting.
You're in business tonight.
Yes, I am.
Back.
I'm loving it.
You want to get a carry?
Yeah,
Get a carry out
no,
there.
sir.
You're all good? 2 receivers left, 1 right in the pistol. Ratas, Vaughn behind him. And a fullback in front of him as well. Vaughn gets the carry, gets past the first down marker, and it will be a first down presented by HSS for St. Andrews. And we have time has ran out in the 3rd quarter. 9-0 your score. We'll switch fields, but Kings Academy hosting St. Andrews, your HSS game of the week. Kings Academy up 9-0. Taking a timeout, coming right back on your HSS game of the week.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions, choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill, our game is always on.
At HSS, movement is their specialty. Their team of experts provide personalized treatment options backed by over 160 years of orthopedic expertise. Whether you need advanced non-surgical solutions, surgical care, or comprehensive rehabilitation, HSS Florida delivers the exceptional quality care you expect from HSS, the nation's #1 in orthopedics. With 3 locations in West Palm Beach, Wellington, and now Jupiter, expert care has never been closer to home. Choose better, move better. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
And we're coming to your city.
9-0, Kings Academy on top of St. Andrews. Start of the fourth quarter. St. Andrews has the ball on their own 45. They desperately need a score. Ratas hands it off to Vaughn. Vaughn with a nice shifty move. Another big run of about 15 yards from Marquise Vaughn. He bulldozers past the on the 40-yard line of Kings. And Coach, again, the running game making it happen.
Yeah, and, he had 2 defenders out there. And he shook both of them and just made something out of nothing. That was a great run right by him. Now, I will say this. James Powell, the starting safety, has not returned to the game, so they may want to try and take a shot over there.
And Elam in the game at corner on our near side. Ratas hands it off to Vaughn again. Vaughn pushes forward. 3 or 4 on the gain. Going to be second down coming up. Again, a couple of scores across South Florida. West Boca is up 21-0 against American Plantation, or excuse me, I'm at your mercy, Heritage. And Heritage actually just got their first down. First down of the game about 5 minutes to go in the third. So West Boca putting the shellacking on a really good team down south. And again, this is your HSS game of the week. Kings Academy and St. Andrews. Kings up 9-0. In the pistol, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ratas hands it back to Vaughn. No, he'll keep it. Vaughn gaining a couple of yards on the play, but we're going to have a 3rd and short situation coming up for St. Andrews.
Depending on this play, this is definitely 4-down territory. Not sure if they're going to be back down this way. You're looking at the time. I know once Kings Academy gets the football back, they're going to try and run the football, take some more time off of the clock. So right now it's imperative for them to get this first down and potentially get into scoring position.
3rd and 4, 10:21 and counting. Coach mentioned the clock. Clock is not St. Andrews' friend here. In the fourth quarter, 9-0, Kings on top. In the pistol, Ratas handing it off to Vaughn. And Vaughn, with a nice spin move, is still on his feet, now pushing closer to the 20. He gets over the 20, and that's where it'll stop. What a run by Marquise Vaughn.
That was an awesome run. Man, we need this one on replay, Coach. We need this one on replay.
And now a couple of spins in the backfield. Coach Shipman's mentioning that Kings probably had him in the backfield. He made something out of nothing and pushed forward. A very, very elusive runner. Ball on Kings' 20. 9:47 and going, 9-0. St. Andrews desperately trying to get 7 here. Ratas in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Another handoff to Vaughn, and Vaughn trying to catch that outside on the near side to the left. Short game.
That was a touchdown saving tackle.
Yeah.
If he missed that tackle, I think he walks in the end zone.
So Marquise Vaughn has made his mark in this game for St. Andrews. 2nd and 8 coming up. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. In the pistol, Ratas and Vaughn again. It's a jumbo formation. Got 2 tight end / fullbacks in front of Vaughn. Vaughn now pushes forward for about 4 yards. Going to be 3rd and short coming up for this St. Andrews offense.
Hey, listen, I definitely want to be the first to apologize. I said, man, if Kings were to get a touchdown, that this game would be over. Listen, St. Andrews is showing a lot of grit. They came here to win this football game. They are not letting down. They are continuing to fight, and they're just making this a very interesting football game right now.
And, Coach, St. Andrews has moved the ball. Turnovers have absolutely killed them in this game. 3rd and 4, ball near the 10. And now, speaking of a turnover, Ratas now is just trying to get rid of it, and he will go down at their own 30. Or excuse me, at Kings Academy's 30. We went from the 10 to the 30.
can't stay out of their own way.
Lost at 20. Lost at 20. Now, Coach, can I ask you something? Couldn't he thrown it away?
Yes. Yes.
And he decided not to throw it away.
And he's the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not getting as many reps as the starter. So, right now he's just thinking, listen, I just got to make a play, whatever the case may be. Man, I'm not sure if they have a field goal kicker. Just any kind of points, any kind of momentum just to give them just some continue to fight, man.
So 4th and 18 coming up here. Actually, I got a 4th and 20 on the scoreboard. St. Andrews will take their first time out of the half, and so will we. 30-second timeout on your HSS game of the week.
Ford Crew. Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
We're coming to your city.
9-0 Kings Academy on top of St. Andrews. St. Andrews had some good runs there with Marquise Vaughn. And their backup running back, Zion Charles. But Ritas, with a tough play, picked up the ball and decided to try to make something out of nothing and lost about 16 yards on the play. So we had a 4th and 20 situation. Zion Charles, the lone running back in there, he's actually going to be playing a slot receiver. 3 receivers left, 2 right, and Ritas immediately in trouble. He eludes the sack, throws, and almost had a man in St. John on the first down stick, but it'll be a turnover on downs. 7:44 to go in the game. 9-0 Kings Academy on top. And, Coach, I think I know the game plan for Kings Academy when they get the ball back.
I'll tell you what I know what the game plan should be. We should be running that football and make St. Andrews burn up those timeouts. And I will say this, listen, man, there's not a whole lot of plays for 4th and 20, but when you lose your star quarterback, you lose your Penn State offer, you lose your Miami offer hasn't touched the football really all night.
Coach, they can't get him the ball. He's a receiver.
Yeah,
they can't get him the ball.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
And again, London Rensburg came in for Kings Academy for Aiden Elam. Elam started the game at quarterback. Rensburg came in, immediately led a touchdown drive. Now, granted, it was 30 yards and penalties as well.
Yes.
But he's still in the game and in the pistol. 2 receivers right, 1 left. He hands it to Driggers, and Driggers pushing forward and now gets slammed backwards. Going to be a short gain on first down.
And listen, I understand the head coach's frustration. You come in, you feel like you're pretty much evenly matched. You got some Division I offer guys, going to get some Division I guys on the other side of the football, and now you lose your quarterback, and then you lose your Penn State guy, and you're frustrated. But you got to keep your composure.
2 receivers right, 1 left. In the pistol is Rensburg. And, Coach, at this point, with 7-0-7 and ticking, self-inflicted wounds is probably the only thing stopping Kings Academy. Driggers taking that run and blasting past the first down mark. He's your guy, Coach.
Just hand it out the Mighty Mouse. That's all we got to do, baby.
He's your guy, Damon.
Hand it out the Mighty Mouse.
I mentioned to Coach Shipman early that, Damon Stoudemeyer, one of my favorite names for the Portland Trailblazers, Mighty Mouse. And that is certainly Roman Driggers in this game. Small but powerful, baby. 6:52 and counting. 4th quarter, Kings Academy up 9-0.
Right now, Coach, you're taking your time. The clock stopped so they can move the change. You're letting that sucker run down to 5 to 3 seconds before you snap that ball. You want to take as much time off the clock as humanly possible.
All first downs presented by HSS. Rensburg screen pass to the near side. That's Ben McPherson. McPherson goes forward, and that clock continues to go. I mentioned HSS Orthopedics. They are proud sponsors of High School Game Day. Folks at HSS Orthopedics, movement is our specialty. Whether you're an athlete, a weekend warrior, or just trying to stay active, pain and injuries happen, and see what HSS can do for you. Learn more at hss.ortho. hss.edu/Florida. That's hss.edu/Florida. They have locations in West Palm, Wellington, and Jupiter. Choose better, move better. In the shotgun, Rensburg hands it off to Driggers. Driggers pushes forward again. Now he has a chance.
There he
Driggers
is.
cross the 30.
There's my guy.
Cross the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Roman Driggers. And, Coach, that all but does it here at Collard Stadium. Kings Academy going up 15-0 with 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter.
That is definitely the nail in the coffin there.
So Roman Driggers, who flirted with a lot of runs that could have went for a lot more yards than intended, meaning he's been having defenders bounce off of him. He's been trying to Billy bounce these runs to the outside. And, Coach, he finally Billy bounced one to that near side, and he took it to pay dirt.
I'll tell you what, after this extra point, if I'm the head coach for St. Andrews, I'm just pulling my guys to the side. Hey, guys, let's continue to fight. Keep your heads up. Let's continue to fight, because now you're in a situation where you can't just turn around and just run the football. And if you go ahead and you go 3 and out, you take 30 seconds off of the clock. They're just defeated now at that particular time. So hopefully they can get a good return, and try and put something together, put a drive together, and go down and get a score, and put a little bit of a scare into Kings Academy, and see if they can try and make it a football game.
So 5:40. And to Coach Shipman's point, Coach, I'd even open up the pie. I know you got a backup in there. I'd start throwing. What do you got to lose?
You don't have a choice right now.
You're down 2 scores.
Yeah, with 5 minutes and 40 seconds, you don't have
Coach,
a choice.
I would even say enough of the play act. We all know you're not running.
Right.
Just line up your boys and Wesley Wynn, whoever. Welchell's out.
Right.
But all those are St. Jean, all those stars that you got, you line them up and you see what you can do.
See what you can do.
Because running the ball here, you're going to run the clock out. We got 5:40 left in the ball game. You're down 16-0. And that's an odd score.
Yes.
It's that's an odd score. 16's an odd score here.
You need 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions.
And I've just been told by my great friends here in the press box. By the way, the Kings Academy press box, we have AC in here. And this is the first week, and I can't tell you how long that I haven't been sweating on a Friday night. So I appreciate the boys. But Powell, for Kings Academy, Powell the third, he's in a sling on the sideline, Coach. So remember, he got hurt on that punt, and then he got hurt on the near side about a quarter ago. Yeah. Powell, one of the better players for Kings Academy, he's on our ESPN Top 63. So a couple of big injuries tonight. Yeah. Jack Williams, the starting quarterback, St. Andrews' game plan got immediately seismic tossed, and then obviously Powell the third getting injured. So we've had some star power get hurt tonight. And how can we make things interesting as a possible return for a touchdown off the kickoff? That's St. John taking that kick return all the way to the 50. Coach, I stand by what I said. Yeah. Start slinging it.
Yeah.
Start slinging
it. You started off with a great return. You're already on the positive side of the 50. What do you have to lose now?
Yep. Start slinging it. Down 16-0. Game's almost already lost. Might as well continue to try here.
And because of the pass rush of Kings, you can't just sit back and think you want to try and throw the ball, deep every single play. You got to have some intermediate and short routes to give him an opportunity to get that football out of his hands.
2 receivers left and a jet sweep to Wynn. Wynn's got some speed, and he's trying to get past that first down marker to the 40. Gets past it. First down. It's your HSS first down, Coach, for St. Andrews.
They got to hurry up.
Wesley Wynn, Coach, do we call that a reception? Regardless, one of the first times he's been able to get the ball tonight.
Yeah.
Wesley Wynn with offers from Miami and Georgia, taking that one for a first down. So ball on the 40. In the pistol now. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Handoff to Vaughn. Vaughn ran into big number 51, his center there. That's Oliver Haggerty, or rather his guard. He goes to ground. Going to be second and short coming up for the Scots. Time of the essence, 4:49, 4:48. Kings Academy up 16-0 in the fourth quarter, but the Scots are driving. 2nd and 5 in the pistol. Ratas, Vaughn, Wynn and St. John spread out right. Couple of tight ends to the left. Ratas rolls right. goes to the middle, and you got that one dropped. Got to hang on to that one, Coach.
Yeah, that gives them a first down and keeps the momentum.
And you had Wynn, too, Coach. You had Wynn on the far side open as well. He's still standing where he was open.
Yeah. But again, here we're talking about the backup quarterback in a pressure situation. It's very difficult to expect him to make those type of plays.
And we don't have an update on Jack Williams, who hyperextended his knee in that first half in the third series of the game. He had 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown in a win against Boynton Beach in preseason. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hand off to Vaughn, and that run went nowhere. Number 94 with the big tackle for Kings Academy.
The story of this game, you get positive, and then you get a negative, and they're not able to overcome it. You're just not good enough to overcome those mistakes. You cannot drop the football. We had a missed block right there for tackle for loss. You know, you would have had 4th and manageable at least, and now you're 4th and 9, 4th and 9, 4th and 10.
3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. In the backfield, Vaughn. Ratas looks right, gets it to Win. He's got to make something out of nothing, and he makes a quick turn on the far side. He picks up some yards, but he is not going to get to the first down sticks.
Win goes out of bounds at the Lion 35, short of the first down.
Welsh was back in the game, too.
And, Coach, we are going to have a changing of possession here, and we have a flag. Win was short to the yard of gain. And you mentioned you saw Jack Welchel in there. He's been dealing with cramps. And also he got called for a targeting. But he was still in the game there. But with 3:44 to go, the Lions up 16-0. Looking grim for St. Andrews. And, folks, I think this is a good time to mention that this is your HSS Game of the Week, Kings Academy and St. Andrews. We're at Cullert Stadium. Beautiful facility, great people here at Kings Academy. We appreciate all the hospitality, and it's been a big night for the Lions. Both sides have lacked offense, but the Lions outlasted the other side. Backup quarterback Rensburg has came into the game for Kings, and it's made differences through a passing touchdown to make things 9-0, and then the big run by Roman Driggers to make it 16-0, and they got, 2 from the safety in the first half. Driggers with the carry, pushing past the line of scrimmage, but, Coach, that's all he's going to get. Gain of about 1 or 2, going to be second and short, but tick, 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 that clock ticking, 3:31 and counting.
Listen, the angle that we're at, it looked like a short game. That was a 4-yard game. This a tough kid, man. I tell you what, I know I'm going to sound biased, but Driggers is my guy. Player of the game.
And, folks, we will hand out our Duffy's MVP Player of the Game coming up during postgame. But 3:10 and counting. I tend to agree with Coach Shipman. Once again, your HSS Game of the Week, Mike Rizzo and Coach Shipman on the call. And Rensburg hands it off again. Driggers pushing forward. And Coach is going to go out onto the field and interview him after the game. He's so happy.
Yes, man. I really want to meet this kid.
Coach, tell me about your 84-yard touchdown. What was it, against Georgia Southern for the Canes?
Georgia Southern. I tell you what, James Stewart was having a great game that game, and, he was pounding them. He tenderized that meat pretty good. By the time I got in there, those guys were pretty beat up. I got in there and missed. I broke a couple of tackles and got to the sideline, and this, I consider myself to be able to run a little bit, and, it was all she wrote. Curtains.
Once again, Coach Al Shipman, former Miami Hurricane running back, legendary coach here in Palm Beach County. And Driggers getting the handoff. Coaches loving the great performances by these running backs. Driggers with another, Coach, 4 or 5 yards there. And on the other side, too, Marquise Vaughn has ran the ball well. Zion Charles for St. Andrews has ran the ball well. And that clock continues to tick, 2:04, 2:03, fourth quarter. Kings Academy on top of St. Andrews, 16-0.
I tell you what, Kings did bend but did not break, but a lot of that was self-inflicted wounds by St. Andrews, but they both need to work on their run defense if they're going to plan on making a run in the playoffs.
West Boca still on top of Heritage, 21-7. Atlantic up in their game, 12-7 as well. A couple of scores around Palm Beach County, and that was a busted play. Welchel, your guy, Coach, Penn State commit on the tackle. And I believe we have a timeout, Kings Academy. So a timeout for St. Andrews. I'm at your mercy. Timeout, Coach Jimmy Robertson. Let's take 30 seconds ourselves on your HSS game of the week.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill. Our game is always on.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
We're coming to your city.
So a timeout for St. Andrews, 3rd and 8 coming up. Clock frozen at 1:33. Fourth quarter action on your HSS game of the week. Kings Academy on top of St. Andrews, 16-0. But as I mentioned, a 3rd and 8 situation. Running a tight shift since he took over for Aiden Elam is London Rensburg, quarterback. And now we have a flag, Laundry again, and it's going to be a dead ball foul. Illegal substitution on Kings Academy.
How do you do that coming out of the timeout?
So 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 coming up for Kings Academy. And I will say,
3rd and 12.
Coach, you keep running here, even though 3rd and 12, you just hand that ball off and take your chances on a punt. You're up 16-0. You're up 2 scores.
Just run that football, make them burn that last time out that they have, and let's get up out of here with a victory.
And 8 seconds on that play clock. Finally hands it off, and did Driggers go out of bounds? Or sorry, did
on the carry.
No, that was Ben McPherson getting thrown out of bounds. So Driggers stays inbounds. Welchel on the tackle. Be 4th and 10 for Kings Academy on their own 30, and an obvious punting situation for Rodriguez.
Listen, I'm not sure.
And clock's rolling. St. Andrews not calling that final timeout, Coach.
I didn't think it was a need to do it. I mean, you want to show your kids that you can fight and you want to fight, but at the end of the day, you don't want to get anybody else hurt. It's just concede that this game is over with.
They lost their starting. Oh, and now it's block, Coach, and picking it up, and he rolled into the end zone. He did! A block punt touchdown for St. Andrews.
Are you kidding me?
Covers the ball in the end
So
zone.
16-6.
For the St. Andrews Scots.
You got to, to the press box's point, you got to go for 2 here.
Oh, no doubt.
Make it a 1-score game. If they go for 2 and get it, that's 16-8. 42.9 seconds to go in the game. And now Rodriguez is down. The kicker for Kings Academy. The sideline maybe wanted, the Kings Academy sideline wanted to roughen the kicker, but when you block that kick, you throw all the rules out. You're allowed to get hit. And now they are going to go for 2. As we've mentioned, you got to make it a 1-score game.
Yeah, it's a football on the 20, 30-yard line there. They need to get that football off the field.
Yeah, and that's what they're pointing at now. A St. Andrews coach is going to run out to the 30 and get the delinquent football off the side, and he actually booted it. What a kick. What a kick by Coach.
Put him in for rugby.
Coach booted that to the other side. I call the Inter-Miami game tomorrow. I thought I was calling soccer tomorrow, boys. 42.9 seconds, and now we have a timeout, Kings Academy. Let's take 30 ourselves. This is your HSS game of the week.
Is waiting at DQ Grill and Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill and Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better.
We're coming to your city.
Folks, December 18th is the official date for the 13th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Go to BocaRatonBowl.com/tickets. That's BocaRatonBowl.com/tickets. You could stay up to date on the Boca Raton Bowl, the 13th annual Boca Raton Bowl. BocaRatonBowl.com/tickets. On the two-point conversion, Ratas bakes it, and he's going to have a quarterback keeper trying to catch the near side outside, and he gets thrown to the ground. But we have a flag. We do have a flag. Could it be Coach Shipman is asking for maybe a face mask, horse collar as well? And it is a face mask. So, Coach, this one going to be, what, half the distance?
Half the distance.
And Ratas, by the way, tough play call there. Coach, I had to be on a tough play call there. A read option. King snuffed that immediately. But a face mask is going to give St. Andrews second life here on this two-point conversion. If you're just joining us, 16-6 the score. St. Andrews was down 16-0. They were getting the ball back on a punt. They blocked the punt and recovered it in the end zone. And now they're going for two to make this a one-score game, 16-6. Your score, obviously a two-point conversion, would make it 8. And now Wynn in the Wildcat, Wesley Wynn, trying to push past the goal line, and he does. Two-point conversion is good on the direct snap. And Coach Wesley Wynn finally getting his moment in this ball game.
Again, you found a way to get the ball into your playmaker's hand.
Onside kick, Coach. Onside?
No doubt. Definitely. And again, I'm getting Wynn. I'm putting Wilson, all of those guys. I'm putting those guys over there to go and get this football right now.
And, Coach, and boys in the press box, too. One timeout for St. Andrews. I believe there's one timeout left, and there is for the Scots. So remember, I was asking you, why aren't they burning that timeout? They're letting that clock run. Maybe old Coach Jimmy Robertson on that sideline knew he had something coming on that punt.
I'm going to go with purity luck.
And I think everybody here in the I think everyone here in the press box is as well. But 42.9 seconds to go. St. Andrews obviously going to go onside. And keep in mind, Welchel is the kicker. He's the kicker, but are they going to kick this deep? Are we not allowed to? Is there a rule? I don't know. As Welchel, no, he does onside it, and that one received by the Ahmed. He's blasting towards the end zone. What an exclamation point to end the game on.
That hurt.
53 yards on the return. Jacob Gerstel with a burst of speed. Ball game.
I thought we were setting up for some drama there, man.
Coach Shipman wanted the recovery by St. Andrews, but no. Gerstel, like a burst of speed, shot out of a cannon. 22-8, and that's going to put a bow on this one. 35.3 seconds to go after the return.
I'll take a kick off the turn.
Curtains, Coach.
You know what? I'm not going to say that because the last two times
I'll say it. You're good. I'll say it for you.
The last two times I said there was big plays by both teams, so I don't know.
Now let's talk about let's do our Duffy's MVP. Duffy's, our game is always on, folks. Check out the power play. Our MVP of the game presented by Duffy's. You want to give it? We got to give it to our guy.
I'm definitely going with Driggers.
We got to give it to our guy, Driggers.
I would love to see his stats. I think with that last run, he had to go over 100 yards and with a touchdown. Have to give it to Driggers.
So once again, your MVP of the game presented by Duffy's. Duffy's, our game is always on. Going to go to Roman Driggers. We'll look ahead with the Boca Bowl here in just a second. But 35.3 seconds to go. 21-8 is that score.
You know, they went with the big running back to finish off the game. Driggers, the 125-pound bowling ball. I tell you what, man, I was really impressed with this kid. Really impressed with this kid.
So Driggers are Duffy's MVP. I could go for the Mike Rizzo special. Did I tell you the Mike Rizzo special at Duffy's, Coach?
No.
So it's the buffalo chicken sandwich, but instead of the buffalo sauce, you put the honey garlic on it.
Okay.
And you'll thank me later.
Okay.
Put some onion on it, some lettuce, have a pickle on the side, some crispy fries. My gosh, you are in business.
Yeah, that does sound delicious.
I am starving. Let's look ahead, presented by the Boca Bowl. Folks, the Boca Raton Bowl, the 13th annual Boca Raton Bowl is here. December 18th. We have a date. Folks, we have a date for the 13th annual Boca Raton Bowl. And let's look ahead on our schedule. Pahokee at Royal Palm is going to be our next game on your HSS game of the week. But, folks, BocaRatonBowl.com/tickets, BocaRatonBowl.com/tickets to check out and stay up to date what's going on with the Boca Raton Bowl. And looking ahead, Pahokee at Royal Palm. Coach, Pahokee, always a fun team. Royal Palm loaded this year. We're going to have a lot of fun coming up next week.
Yeah, man, I think that's going to be a barn burner. You know, I think that, you know, a lot of those kids know each other, even though they're on opposite sides. You know, one's on the east, one's on the west. Those kids still know each other from, you know, 7-on-7s, all the doggone transfers they got going on, you know, social media. So, you know, there'll be a lot of bad blood for that game. So that should be a pretty good one.
28.5 seconds, this one all but over. I wouldn't be surprised if St. Andrews took a knee, Coach, with the amount of injuries they suffered tonight. If you're just joining us, Jack Williams, star quarterback for St. Andrews, is out for the game. We did not get official word on what the injury is or the extent, but he's out for the game. Ratas is going to start slinging it. He gets it to St. John. Penalty flags everywhere. St. John, gain of 4, but he's going to get dragged to the ground. And clock frozen now at 16.2 seconds. And the penalty will go against St. Andrews.
Yeah.
And they're going to walk this back, but Coach, I stand by what I said. I am shocked that Coach Robertson wants to play more game here. I understand wanting to get your team to fight, but with the injuries you had tonight, I'd want to get out of here. I'd want to get out of Dodge.
I agree. I totally agree.
Now 4 is going to be the last play of the game. Ratas gets it to Win, and Win, fighting for yards, gets thrown down, and that is the ball game. Your final score, 23-8. Once again, our Duffy's MVP is Roman Driggers. And our look ahead with the Boca Raton Bowl, we will be Pahokee at Royal Palm, myself and Coach Shipman on the call. Coach, that was fun.
It was, man.
That was fun, man. Always fun with you.
Man.
Yeah, it's about the same thing, brother. Always a fun time with you. And listen, Pahokee at Royal Palm, that'll be a great game. But again, if you're just joining us, your HSS Game of the Week, Kings Academy winners 23-8 against St. Andrews here at Collard Stadium at Kings Academy. Thank you to everyone here in the press box at Kings Academy. We appreciate you guys. Great hospitality. And Coach Shipman and I will talk to you coming up at Royal Palm. Pahokee at Royal Palm next week. Again, your Duffy's MVP of the game, Roman Driggers. And we'll see you at Royal Palm with Pahokee on your HSS High School Game Day.